Welcome to Classics on Twitch. Today the players present a performance of Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. Written over the course of Christmastide of 1601 to 1602, the play was first performed for Candlemas of 1602 to end the formal Christmastide season. This comedy is full of love, secrets, disguises, and mistaken identities. The stage is set, the players are ready. Let us join them in Illyria, on the east coast of the Adriatic, for Twelfth Night.
I didn't do the button. Now we're good. Hey, y'all. I'm getting used to this and getting professional at this. It will get better as we go. But welcome to our fourth performance of Classics on Twitch. Today we present a dramatic reading of William Shakespeare's Twelfth Night. We're going to go around, introduce everybody, give them a little minute to say kind of what's going on, and then we'll give you a little bit of background before we get started, and then we'll dive into it. But we're going to start with the lady of the hour, Kelly.
What, Eugenio?
Ahaha! Ahaha! That's the next one.
That's true. Hi, I'm Kelly. I am the opera geek. I am super glad to be playing viola today because it meant I had to do basically no makeup. And I'm really looking forward to this because these are all my really good friends. So this should be fun.
And then next up, Eugenio?
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio, sometimes known as DM Jazzy Hands. Very excited to be here as well. I'll be playing Duke Orsino primarily during our performance this morning. We talked a little bit before, and I do want to take just a quick moment before we get too much further, since we are talking about theater and talking about the arts on Twitch this morning. So I want to take just a quick minute to recognize a theater great who passed away yesterday, Terrence McNally. Terrence was an incredible writer who contributed to countless plays, musicals, opera librettos, film, TV over a career that spanned 50 plus years. He passed yesterday after having been nominated for 8 Tony Awards. He won 5 and 6 if you include his Lifetime Achievement in the Theater that he was presented with last year. He was a theater great and someone who's written a lot of amazing stuff that I think we all recognize. Some of the musicals he did, his first musical was Kiss of the Spider Woman back in the early 90s. He wrote for Anastasia, that was just recently on Broadway, The Visit with Chita Rivera. He was a great guy, a great and very creative and wonderful theater professional, and I would just like to take a moment of silence for his passing. Not to start this morning off on a down point, but I think it's important that we recognize what's happening and those that we have lost, particularly since we're doing some theater, but on to generally happier things.
Oh, and if you want to hear his opera, you can go listen to excerpts of Dead Man Walking.
There you go.
Which is brilliant. I highly suggest you find a recording that has Michael Mays, who's wonderful in the role.
See?
So anyway, that's me, and I'm very excited. Let's get going.
All of the fun things are happening.
Yeah.
Now that we've gotten through that. And last but certainly not least, Simon.
Hello. Am I muted?
No.
Yay. Hi, everyone. I'm Simon at Wandering DM. Today, I'll be playing Malvolio and a few other roles.
Well, Sebastian first.
Sebastian and Malvolio.
All right, and as for me, welcome. Hi, I'm Deirdre. This is my channel. Thank you for joining us. I will be playing primarily Olivia, but probably and Festi. I shotgunned Festi. Sorry, y'all.
I support your choices. I do.
It's my channel.
Simon, you and I look like such twins.
That's right.
Yep.
We're such twins, man.
You know, twins.
I love it.
Well, But
Suspension of disbelief.
lots
That's
of
right.
suspension of disbelief. It will be lots of fun. These are live readings. It is a dramatic reading, and some of this is a little cold for some people, so have fun with it. We're having lots of fun with it. There are a couple commands that everyone is free to use in chat, because we understand that Shakespeare might be hard for some people. Really, we encourage you to listen and just follow along, but at the same time, if you want to follow along in a written form, this is the link to the script that we are using. We are all on the exact same script because it makes life easier if we're all on the same page. Also, we recognize that William Shakespeare was writing at the end of the 16th century, and while he's a great writer and we thank him for inventing many, many, many things that belong in the English language, sometimes his phrasing, word choice, topics of discussion are slightly problematic. So we have another command to thanks Bill. Help thank Bill for his wonderful writing. But the stage is set. The
Oh, don't
players-
forget the other command that you just
Oh
added.
yes, the two other commands that are important. Oh, see this one. There's a Scotty command because it is important. All hail Lord Cute Pupper, Scotty, loyal attaché to Her Royal Highness the Opera Geek. Scotty has been seen one time.
I need to add that for my actual stream. You need to show me how to do that, because, yeah.
I can do that. I figured it out. It's fun. But the stage is set. The players are ready. We are going... Thank you. Hey, thank you. Hey, Tia. Thank you for coming. The stage is set. The players are ready. And we are going deep into DiCorsino's house. On the coast of Illyria, which is probably the northeastern coast of the Adriatic, somewhere between Croatia and Macedonia. So, Duke. Enter Duke Orsino, Curio, and the other lords, musicians attending.
If music be the food of love, play on. Give me excess of it, that surfeiting the appetite may sicken and so die. That strain again. It had a dying fall. Oh, it came o'er my ear like the sweet sound that breathes upon a bank of violets, stealing and giving odor. Enough! No more. 'Tis not so sweet now as it was before. Oh, spirit of love, how quick and fresh thou art, that notwithstanding thy capacity receiveth as the sea, not enters there, of what validity and pitch soe'er, but falls into abatement and low price, even in a minute, so full of shapes is fancy, that it alone is high fantastical.
Will you go hunt, my lord?
What, Curio?
The heart.
Why, so I do, the noblest that I have. Oh, when mine eyes did see Olivia first, methought she purged the air of pestilence. That instant was I turned into a hart, and my desires, like fell and cruel hounds, ere since pursue me. How now? What news from her?
So please, my lord, I might not be admitted, but from her handmaid do return this answer. The element itself, till 7 years' heat, shall not behold her face at ample view, but like a cloistress she will veiled walk, and water once a day her chamber round, with eye-offending brine. All this to season a brother's dead love, which she would keep fresh and lasting in her sad remembrance.
Oh, she that hath a heart of that fine frame to pay this debt of love but to a brother. How will she love when the rich golden shaft hath killed the flock of all affections else that live in her? When liver, brain, and heart, those sovereign thrones are all supplied and filled her sweet perfections with one self-king. Away before me, to sweet beds of flowers. Love thoughts lie rich, when canopied with bowers.
What country, friends, is this?
It is Illyria, lady.
And what should I do in Illyria? My brother, he is in Elysium. Perchance he is not drowned. What think you, sailors?
It is perchance that you yourself were saved.
Oh, my poor brother. And so perchance may he be.
True, madam, and to comfort you with chance, assure yourself, after our ship did split, when you and those poor numbers saved with you hung on our driving boat, I saw your brother, most provident in peril, bind himself, courage and hope both teaching him the practice, to a strong mast that lived upon the sea, where, like Orion on the dolphin's back, I saw him hold acquaintance with the waves so long as I could see.
For saying so, there's gold. Mine own escape unfoldeth to my hope, whereto thy speech serves for authority the like of him. Knowest thou this country?
Aye, madam, well, for I was bred and born not 3 hours' travel from this very place.
Who governs here?
Oh, a noble duke, in nature as in name.
What is the name?
Orsino.
Orsino. I have heard my father name him. He was a bachelor then.
And so is now, or was so very late. But for but a month ago I went from hence, and then 'twas fresh in murmur, as you know, what great ones do, the less will prattle of, that he did seek the love of fair Olivia.
Who's she?
A virtuous maid, the daughter of a count that died some 12 months since, then leaving her in the protection of his son, her brother, who shortly also died, for whose dear love, they say, she hath abjured the company and sight of men.
Oh, that I served that lady and might not be delivered to the world. I had made mine own occasion mellow what my estate is.
That were hard to compass, because she will admit no kind of suit, no, not the duke's.
There is a fair behavior in thee, captain. And though that nature with a beauteous wall doth oft close in pollution, yet of thee I will believe thou hast a mind that suits. With this thy fair and outward character, I prithee, and I'll pay thee bounteously. Conceal me what I am, and be my aid, for such disguise as haply shall become the form of my intent. I'll serve this duke. Thou shalt present me as a eunuch to him. It may be worth thy pains, for I can sing, and speak to him in many sorts of music that will allow me very worth his service. What else mayhap to time I will commit? Only shape thou silence to my wit.
Be you his eunuch, and your mute I'll be. When my tongue blabs, let mine eyes not see.
I thank thee. Lead me on.
Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby Belch and Maria. What a plague means, my niece, to take the death of her brother thus? I am sure a care is an enemy to life.
By my troth, Sir Toby, you must come in earlier nights. Your cousin, my lady, takes great exceptions to your ill hours.
Why, let her escape. Accept. Let her accept before accepted.
Aye, but you must confine yourself within the modest limits of order.
Confine? I'll confine myself no finer than I am. These clothes are good enough to drink in, and so be these boots too. Or so be these boots too, and they be not, as they be not, let them hang themselves in their own straps.
That quaffing and drinking will undo you. I heard my lady talk of it yesterday, and of a foolish knight that you brought in one night here to be her wooer.
Who? Sir Andrew Eggcheek?
Aye, he.
He's as tall a man as any in Illyria.
What's that to the purpose?
Why, he has 3,000 ducats a year.
Aye, but he'll have but a year in all these ducats. He's a very fool and a prodigal.
Fie, that you'll say so. He plays on the viol, the gamboys, and speaks 3 or 4 languages word for word without book, and hath all the good gifts of nature.
He hath indeed almost natural. But besides that, he's a fool, he's a great quarreller, and but that he hath the gift of a coward to allay the gust he hath in quarrelling, 'tis thought among the prudent he would quickly have a gift of a grave.
By this hand, they are scoundrels and subtractors that say so of him. Who are they?
Say the dad, moreover, he's drunk nightly in your company.
With drinking healths to my niece, I'll drink to her as long as there is a passage in my throat and a drink in Illyria. He's a coward and a coistrel that will not drink to my niece till his brain stern o' the toe like a parish top. What? Wench! Castigliano Vulgo! For here comes Sir Andrew Eggface.
Sir Toby Belch. How now, Sir Toby Belch?
Sweet Sir Andrew.
Bless you, fair shrew.
There, Maria.
Yeah, I'm
Mario.
working on it. And you too, sir.
Accost, Sir Andrew, accost.
What's that?
My niece's chambermaid.
Ah, good mistress Accost, I desire better acquaintance.
My name is Mary, sir.
Good mistress Mary Accost.
You mistake, knight. Accost is front her, border, wooer, a sailor.
Oh, by my troth, I would not undertake her in this company. Is that the meaning of accost?
Fare you well, gentlemen.
And thou let part so, Sir Andrew. Thou mightst never draw sword again.
And you part so, mistress, I would I might never draw sword again. Fair lady, do you think you have fools in hand?
Sir, I have you not by the hand.
Oh, marry, but you shall have, and here's my hand.
Now, sir, thought is free. I pray you, bring your hand to the buttery barn, let it drink.
Ah, wherefore, sweetheart? What's your metaphor?
It's dry, sir.
Why, I think so. I'm not such an arse, but I can keep my hand dry. But what's your jest?
A dry jest, sir.
Are you full of 'em?
Aye, sir, I have them at my fingers' ends. Mary, now I let go your hand. I am barren. Oh, snap, I don't think she meant his hand.
Oh, knight, thou lackest a cup of canary. When did I see thee so put down?
Oh, never in your life, I think, unless you see Canary put me down. Methinks sometimes I have no more wit than a Christian or an ordinary man has, but I am a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question, but just a moment. I have to remove a cat from my desk. He's about to turn off my computer.
What? What cat? What computer?
Oh, no.
What metaphor is this?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Oh, my God, that cat is huge.
Sorry, he trampled all over my shit and was about to jump on the computer
Oop.
tower.
Live theater, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
indeed. But I'm a great eater of beef, and I believe that does harm to my wit.
No question.
And I thought that I'll forswear it. I'll ride home tomorrow, Sir Toby.
Pourquoi, my dear knight?
What is pourquoi? Do or do not? I would I had bestowed that time in the tongues that I have in fencing, dancing, and bear baiting. Oh, had I but followed the arts.
Then hadst thou had an excellent head of hair.
Why, would that have mended my hair?
Past question, for thou seest it not curl by nature.
But it becomes me well enough, does it not?
Excellent. It hangs like flax on a distaff, and I hope to see a housewife take thee between her legs and spin it off.
Faith, I'll own tomorrow, Sir Toby. Your niece will not be seen, or if she be, it's 4-1 she'll none of me. The Count himself here hard woos by woos her.
She'll none of the count. She'll not match above her degree, neither in estate, years, nor wit. I have heard her swirt. Tut, there's life in it, man.
I'll stay a month longer. I am a fellow of the strangest mind in the world. I delight in masks and revel sometimes altogether.
Are thou good at these kickshaws, knight?
As any man in Illyria, whatsoever he be, under the degree of my betters, and yet I will not compare with an old man.
What is thy excellence in a galliard, knight?
Oh, faith, I can cut a caper.
And I can cut the mutton to it.
And I think I have the back trick simply as strong as any man in Illyria.
Wherefore are these things hid? Wherefore have these gifts a curtain before them? Are they like to take dust like Mr. Small's picture? Why dost thou not go to church in a galliard and come home in a coranto? My very walk should be a jig. I would not so much as make water, but in a syncopace. What dost thou mean? Is it a world to hide virtues in? I did think, by the excellent constitution of thy leg, it was formed under the star of a galliard.
Aye, 'tis strong, and it does indifferent well in a flame-coloured stock. Shall we set about some revels?
What shall we do else? Were we not born under Taurus?
Taurus? That's sides and heart.
No, sir. It is legs and thighs.
Ah,
Let me see the capper. Ha! Higher! Excellent.
Enter Valentine and Viola in men's attire. In Duke Orsino's palace. If the Duke continue these favours towards you, Cesario, you are like to be much advanced. He hath known you but 3 days, and already you are no stranger.
You either fear his humor or my negligence, that you call in question the continuance of his love. Is he inconstant, sir, in his favours?
No, believe me.
I thank you. Here comes the court.
who saw Cesario, ho?
On your attendance, my lord. Here.
Now, stand you a while aloof, Cesario. Thou know'st no less but all. I have unclasped to thee the book even of my secret soul. Therefore, good youth, address thy gate unto her. Be not denied access. Stand at her doors, and tell them there thy fixed foot shall grow till thou have audience.
Sure, my noble lord. If she be so abandoned to her sorrow as it is spoke, she never will admit me.
Be clamorous, and leap all civil bounds rather than make unprofited return.
Say I do speak unto her, my lord. What then?
Oh, then unfold the passion of my love. Surprise her with discourse of my dear faith. It shall become thee well to act my woes. She will attend it better in thy youth than in a nuncio's of more grave aspect.
I think not so, my lord.
Ah, dear lad, believe it, for they shall belie thy happy years that say thou art a man. Diana's lip is not more smooth and rubious. Thy small pipe is as the maiden's organ, shrill and sound, and all is semblative of a woman's part. I know thy constellation is right apt for this affair. Some 4 or 5 attend him, all, if you will, for I myself am best when least in company. Prosper well in this, and thou shalt live as freely as thy lord to call his fortunes thine.
I'll do my best to woo your lady. Yet a barful strife. Where I woo, myself would be his wife. Oh boy, Maria again. Okay.
Olivia's house with Maria and the clown.
Maria, who's going to be my clown? Somebody.
I called
Oh
Festy.
boy. Nay, either tell me where thou hast been, or I will not open my lips so wide as a bristle may enter in way of thy excuse. My lady will hang thee for thy absence.
Let her hang me. He that is well hanged is this world needs to fear no colours.
Make that good.
He shall see none to fear.
A good Lenten answer. I can tell thee where that saying was born of I fear no colours.
Where, good Mistress Mary?
In the wars. And that may you be bold to say in your foolery.
Well, God give them wisdom that have it, and those that are fools, let them use their talents.
Yet you will be hanged for being so long absent, or to be turned away. Is that not as good as a hanging to you?
Many a good hanging offence prevents a bad marriage, and for turning away, let summer bear it out.
You are resolute, then?
Not so neither, but I am resolved on 2 points.
That if one break, the other will hold, or if both break, your gaskins fall.
Apt in good faith, very apt. Well, go thy way. If Sir Toby would leave drinking, thou wert as witty a piece of Eve's flesh as any in Illyria.
Yes, you rogue, no more of that. Here comes my lady. Make your excuse wisely. You were best.
Wit and be thy wit will put me... Oh God, I did this to myself. For those of us who are prepared to understand the fact that Feste and Olivia are about to have an extensive conversation with each other.
Ooh.
Maybe somebody else should take Feste for this conversation.
If you want. Simon, you want him?
Sure.
Cool.
So you went for like a higher pitch. Wit and be thy will, put me into good fooling. Those wits that think they have thee do very oft prove fools, and I, that I am sure I lack thee, may pass for a wise man. For what says Quinopolis? Better a witty fool than a foolish wit. God bless thee, lady.
Take the fool away.
Do you not hear, fellows? Take away the lady.
Go to, you're a dry fool. I'll know more of you. Besides, you grow dishonest.
Two folds, Madonna. That drink and good counsel will amend. Forgive the dry fool drink, then is the fool not dry. Bid the dishonest man mend himself. If he mend, he is no longer dishonest. If that's mended is but patched, virtue that transgresses is but patched with sin, and sin that amends is but patched with virtue. If that the simple syllogisms will serve so, if it will not hold, what remedy? And there is no true cuckold but calamity, so beauty's a flower. The lady bade take away the fool, therefore I say again, take her away.
Sir, I bid them take you away you.
Misprisium to the highest degree, lady, cuculus non facet monachum. That's as much to say as I wear not motley in my brain. Good Madonna, give me leave to prove you a fool.
Can you do it?
Dexterously, good Madonna.
Make your proof.
I must catechize you for it, Madonna. Good, my mouse of virtue, answer me.
Well, sir, for want of other idleness, I'll bide your proof.
Good Madonna, why mournest thou?
Good fool, for my brother's death.
I think his soul is in hell, Madonna.
I know his soul is in heaven, fool.
The more fool, Madonna, to mourn for your brother's soul being in heaven. Take away the fool, gentlemen.
What think you of this fool, Malvolio? Doth he not mend?
Yes, and shall do till the pangs of death shake him infirmity that decays the wise, doth ever make the better fool. God send you, sir, a speedy infirmity, for the better increasing your folly. Sir Toby will be sworn that I am no fox, but he will not pass his word for twopence that you are no fool.
How say you to that, Malvolio?
I marvel your ladyship takes delight in such a barren rascal. I saw him put down the other day with an ordinary fool that has no more brain than a stone. Look you now, he's out of his guard already. Unless you laugh and minister occasion to him, he is gagged. I protest, I take these wise men that carouse over these set kind of fools, no better than the fools as zanies.
Oh, you are sick of self-love, Malvolio, and taste with distempered appetite. To be generous, guiltless, and of free disposition is to take those things for bird bolts that you deem cannon bullets. There's no slander in an allowed fool, though he do nothing but rail. No railing in a known discreet man, though he do nothing but reprove.
Now, Mercury end you thee with leasing, for thou speakest well of fools.
Madam, there is at the gate a young gentleman much desires to speak with you.
From the Count Orsino, is it?
I know not, madam. He is a fair young man and well attended.
Who of my people hold him in delay?
Sir Toby, madam, your kinsman.
Fetch him off, I pray you. He speaks nothing but madman. Fie on him. Go you, Malvolio, if it be a suit from the Count. I am sick and or not at home. What you will, to dismiss it. Now you see, sir, how your fooling grows old and people dislike it.
Thou spoke for us, Madonna, as if thy eldest son should be a fool, whose skull Jove cram with brains. For, here he comes, One of thy kin has a most weak pia matter.
By mine honor, half drunk, what is he at the gate, cousin?
A gentleman.
A gentleman? What gentleman?
'Tis a gentleman here, a plague of these pickle hearings. How now, sot? A good Sir Toby.
Cousin, how have you come so early by this lethargy?
Lechery. I defy a lechery. There's one at the gate.
Aye, marry, what is he?
Let him be the devil, and he will, I care not. Give me faith, say I. Well, it's all one.
What's a drunken man like, fool?
Like a drowned man, a fool and a madman. One draught about the heat makes him a fool, the second mads him, and the third drowns him.
Go thou and seek the crowner, and let him sit on my cause, for he is in the 3rd degree of drunk. He's drowned. Go look after him.
He is but mad yet, Madonna, and the fool shall look to the madman.
Re-entering Malvolo.
Madam, yon young fellow swears he will speak with you. I told him you were sick. He takes on him to understand so much, and therefore comes to speak with you. I told him you were asleep. He seems to have a foreknowledge of that too, and therefore comes to speak with you. What is to be said of him, lady? He's fortified against my denial.
Tell him he shall not speak with me.
Has been told so. And he says, he'll stand at your door like a sheriff's post, and be the supporter to a bench, but he'll speak with you.
What kind of man is he?
Why, of mankind.
What manner of man?
A very ill manner. He'll speak with you, will you, or no?
Of what personage and years is he?
Not yet old enough for a man, nor young enough for a boy, as a squash is before 'tis a peace god, or a cooling when 'tis almost an apple. 'Tis with him in standing water between boy and man. He is very well favored, and he speaks very shrewdly. One would think his mother's milk were scarce out of him.
Let him approach. Call in my gentlewoman.
Gentlewoman, my lady calls.
Exit Malvolio. Enter Maria. Give me my veil. Come throw it over my face. We'll once more hear Orsino's embassy.
The honorable lady of the house, which is she?
Speak to me. I shall answer for her. Your will?
Most radiant, exquisite, and unmatchable beauty. I pray you, tell me if this be the lady of the house, for I never saw her. I would be loath to cast away my speech, for besides that it is excellently well penned, I have taken great pains to con it. Good beauties let me sustain no scorn. I am very compatible, even to the least sinister usage.
Whence came you, sir?
I can say little more than I have studied, and that question's out of my part. Good gentle one, give me modest assurance, if you be the lady of the house, that I may proceed in my speech.
Are you a comedian?
No, my profound heart. And yet, by the very fangs of malice, I swear I am not that I play. Are you the lady of the house?
If I do not usurp myself, I am.
Most certain. If you are she, you do usurp yourself, for what is yours to bestow is not yours to reserve. But this is from my commission. I will on with my speech in your praise, and then show you the heart of my message.
Come to what is important in it. I forgive you the praise.
Alas, I took great pains to study it, and it is poetical.
It is more like to be feigned. I pray you, keep it in. I hear you are saucy at my gates, and allowed your approach rather than to wander at you than to hear you. If you be not mad, be gone. If you have reason, be brief. 'Tis not the time of the moon with me to make one in so skipping a dialogue.
Will you hoist sail, sir? Here lies your way. No, good swabber, I am to hull here a little longer. Some mollification for your giant sweet lady. Tell me your mind. I am a messenger.
Sure, you have a hideous matter to deliver when the courtesy of it is so fearful. Speak your office.
It alone concerns your ear. I bring no overture of war, no taxation of homage. I hold the olive in my hand. My words are as fun of peace as matter.
Yet you began rudely. What are you? What would you?
The rudeness that hath appeared in me have I learned from my entertainment. What I am and what I would are as secret as maidenhead. To your ears, divinity. To any others, profanation.
Give us the place alone. We will hear this divinity. Now, sir, what is your text?
Most sweet lady.
A comfortable doctrine, and much may be said of it. Where lies your text?
In Orsino's bosom.
In his bosom? In what chapter of his bosom?
To answer by the method, in the first of his heart.
Oh, I have read it. It is heresy. Have you no more to say?
Good madam, let me see your face.
Have you any commission from your lord to negotiate with my face? You are now out of your text, but we will draw the curtain and show you this picture. Look you, sir, such a one I was this present. Isn't it not well done?
Excellently done, if God did all.
'Tis in grain, sir. 'Twill endure wind and weather.
'Tis beauty truly blent, whose red and white nature's own sweet and cunning hand laid on. Lady, you are the cruelest she alive, if you will lead these graces to the grave and leave the world no copy.
Oh, sir, I will not be so hard-hearted. I will give out divers schedules of my beauty. It shall be inventoried, and every particle and utensil labelled to my will, as item 2 lips, indifferent red, item 2 grey eyes with lids to them, item 1 neck, 1 chin, and so forth. Were you sent hither to praise me?
I see what you are. You are too proud. But if you were the devil, you are fair. My lord and master loves you. Oh, such love could be but recompensed, though you were crowned the nonpareil of beauty.
How does he love me?
With adorations, fertile tears, with groans that thunder love, with sighs of fire.
Your lord does know my mind. I cannot love him. Yet I suppose him virtuous, know him noble, of great estate, of fresh and stainless youth, in voices well divulged, free, learned, and valiant, and in dimension the shape of nature a gracious person. But yet I cannot love him. He might have took his answer long ago.
If I did love you, in my master's flame, with such a suffering, such a deadly life, in your denial I would find no sense. I would not understand it.
Why? What would you?
Make me a willow cabin at your gate, and call upon my soul within the house. Write loyal cantons of contemned love, and sing them loud even in the dead of night. Hallow your name to the reverberate hills, and make the babbling gossip of the air cry out, Olivia! Oh, you should not rest between the elements of air and earth, but you should pity me.
You might do much. What is your parentage?
Above my fortunes, above my state as well. I am a gentleman.
Get you to your lord. I cannot love him. Let him send no more, unless perchance you come to speak to me again, to tell me how he takes it. Fare you well. I thank you for your pains. Spend this for me.
I am no feed post, lady. Keep your purse. My master, not myself, lacks recompense. Love make his heart a flint that you shall love, and let your fervour, like my master's, be placed in contempt. Farewell, fair cruelty.
What's your parentage? Above my fortunes? Yet my state is well? I am a gentleman? I'll be sworn thou art, thy tongue, thy face, thy limbs, actions, and spirit do give thee fivefold blazon, not too fast, soft, soft. Unless the master were the man, how now? Even so quickly may one catch the plague? Methinks I feel this youth's perfections with an invisible and subtle stealth to creep in at mine eyes. Well, let it be. What ho, Malvolio?
Here, madam, at your service.
Run after that peevish messenger, the country's man. He left this ring behind him. Would I, or not, tell him I'll none of it. Desire him not to flatter with his lord, nor hold up with the hopes. I am not for him. If that the youth will come this way tomorrow, I will give him reasons for it. Hie thee, Malvolio.
Madam, I will.
I know not what, and fear to find, mine eye too great a flatterer for my mind. Fate show thy force, ourselves we do owe. What is decreed must be, and be this so.
You think I'm gorgeous. You want to date me.
Well, the seacoast. Enter Antonio and Sebastian.
Will you stay no longer? Nor will you not that I go with you?
By your patience, no. My stars shine darkly over me. The malignancy of my fate might perhaps distemper yours. Therefore I shall crave of you your leave, that I may bear my evils alone. It were a bad recompense for your love to lay any of them on you. Your other line is in the Zoom chat.
Oh, it is? Okay.
There's a missing line in our script here.
My bad. Antonio, come on. You're sleeping on the job. Let me yet know of you, whither you are bound.
No, sooth, sir. My determinate voyage is mere extravagancy. But I perceive in you so excellent a touch of modesty that you will not extort from me what I am willing to keep in. Therefore it charges me in manner to rather express myself. You must know of me then, Antonio. My name is Sebastian, which I called Rodrigo. My father was that Sebastian of Messalene, whom I know you have heard of. He left behind him myself and a sister, both born in an hour. If the heavens had been pleased, would we had so ended. But you, sir, altered that. For some hour before you took me from the breach of the sea was my sister drowned.
Alas,
talk's gonna
the
be
day.
real
You're
full.
not paying attention.
A lady, sir, though it was said she much resembled me, was yet of many account and beautiful, but though I could not with such estimable wonder over far believe that it's thus far I will boldly publish her. She bore a mind that envy could not but call fair. She is drowned already, sir, with salt water, though I seem to drown her remembrance again with more.
Pardon me, sir. Your bad entertainment.
No,
Looking at the other trees.
good Antonio. Forgive me your trouble.
If you will not murder me for my love, let me be your servant.
If you will not undo what you have done, that is, kill him whom you have recovered, desire it not. Fare you well at once. My bosom is full of kindness, and I am yet so near the manners of my mother that upon the least occasion more, mine eyes will tell tales of me. I am bound to the Count Orsino's court. Farewell.
The gentleness of all the gods go with you. I have many enemies in Orsino's court, else would I very shortly see thee there. But come what may, I do adore thee so. Mwah. That danger shall seem sport, and I will go. A horrible act.
Street. Were you not even now with the Countess Olivia?
Even now, sir. On a moderate pace I have since arrived but hither.
She returns this ring to you, sir. You might have saved me my pains to have taken it away yourself. She adds, moreover, that you should put your lord into a desperate assurance she will none of him. And one thing more, that you be never so hardy to come again in his affairs, unless it be to report your lord's taking of this. Receive it so.
She took the ring off me. All none of it.
Come, sir, you peevishly threw it to her, and her will is, it should be so returned. If it be worth stooping for, there it lies in your eye. If not, be it is that finds it.
I left no ring with her. What means this lady? Fortune forbid my outside have not charmed her. She made good view of me, indeed, so much that sure me thought her eyes had lost her tongue. For she did speak in starts distractedly. She loves me, sure. The cunning of her passion invites me in this churlish messenger. None of my lord's ring. Why, he sent her none. I am the man. If it be so as 'tis, poor lady, she would better love a dream. Disguise, I see. Thou art a wickedness, wherein the pregnant enemy does much. How easy it is for the proper false in women's waxen hearts to set their forms. Alas, our frailty is the cause, not we. For such as we are made of, such we be. How this fetch? My master loves her dearly, and I, poor monster, fond as much on him. And she, mistaken, seems to dote on me. What will become of this? As I am man, my state is desperate for my master's love. As I am woman, now alas the day, what thriftless sighs shall poor Olivia breathe? O time, thou must untangle this, not I. It is too hard a knot for me to untie.
Olivia's house. Enter Sir Toby Belch and Sir Andrew. Approach, Sir Andrew. Not to be abed after midnight is to be up betimes. And Diluculo suggere. Thou knowst.
Nay, my troth, I know not. But I know to be up late is to be up late.
False conclusion. I hate it as an unfilled can. To be up after midnight and to go to bed then is early. So that to go to bed after midnight is to go to bed betimes. Does not our life consist of the four elements?
Faith, so they say. But I think it rather consists of eating and drinking.
Thou art a scholar. Let us therefore eat and drink. Marion, I say, a stoup of wine.
Ah, here comes the fool in faith.
How now, my heart? Did you never see the picture of we three? Welcome, ass. Now let's have a catch.
By my troth, the fool has an excellent breast. I'd rather than 40 shillings I had such a leg, and so sweet a breath to sing as the fool has. In sooth, thou wast in very gracious fooling last night, when thou spokest of Pigrogrometus, of the Vapians passing, the equinoscal of Quabus. 'Twas very good in faith. I sent thee sixpence for thy leman. Hast it?
I did, impedicos thy gratillity, for Malvolio's nose is no whipstock. My lady has a white hand, and the Myrmidons are no bottle ale houses.
Excellent! Why, this is the best fooling, when all is done. Now, a song.
Come on, there is sixpence for you. Let's have a song.
Yeah, there's a testrel of me too. If one night give a...
Would you have a love song or a song of good life? A love song. A love song.
I care not for good life. Yeah.
Fuck me, I have to sing again.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You took it. You took festing.
You
Now you
did.
gotta sing.
You did. Yes, you did. Sing, Simon.
Oh, mistress mine, where are you roaming? Oh, stay and hear your true love's coming. That can sing both high and low. Trip no further, pretty sweeting. Journey's ending, lovers meeting. Every wise man's son doth know.
Excellent, good in faith.
Good, good. What is love, love, love? 'Tis not your after, 'tis not your laughter. Oh no, present love, that present laughter. What's to come is still unsure. In delay, there's no lies, no plenty. Then come and kiss me, sweet and 20. Yet the stuff will not endure. I don't know what's going on.
A mellifluous voice as I am a true knight.
A contagious breath.
Very sweet and contagious in faith.
Drag him out by the outhouse and shoot him. To hear by the nose, it is dulcet and contagion. But shall we make the welkin dense indeed? Shall we rouse the night owl in a catch that will draw the souls out of one weaver? Shall we do that?
And you love me, let's do it. I'm a dog at the catch.
By your lady, sir, and some dogs will catch well.
Most certain. Let our catch be, thou knave.
Hold thou peace, thou knave. Knight, I shall be constrained to call thee knave, knight.
It is not the first time I've constrained one to call me knave. Begin, fool. It begins, hold thy peace.
I shall never again begin if I hold my peace.
Good in faith. Come, begin.
What a caterwauling do you keep here? If my lady have not called up her steward Malvolio and bid him turn you out of doors, never trust me.
My lady's a catchin. My lady's a cat-a-in. We are
Catalan.
Catalan. Where's the L?
I think. Catalan?
I think-
The ATA.
Yeah, it should be Catalan instead of the I should be an L.
Whatever that says.
Oh. My lady's a Catalan. We are politicians. Malvolio's a peg of Ramsey, and 3 merry men we be. Am not I consanguineous? Consanguineous? Am I not of her blood? Tilly Valley, lady. There dwelt a man in Babylon, lady, lady. Beshrew me, the knight's an admirable fooling.
He does well enough if he be disposed, and so do I too. He does it with a better grace, but I do it more natural.
Oh, the 12th day of December.
For the love of God, peace.
My masters, are you mad? What are you? Have you no wit, manners, nor honesty, but to gabble like tinkers at this time of night? Do ye make an alehouse of my lady's house? That ye squeak out your cosier's catches with any mitigation or remorse of voice? Oh, fuck you for clipping that. Is there no respect of place, persons, nor time in you? We did keep time, sir. An hour catches. Snack up. Sir Toby, I must be round with you. My lady bade me tell you that, though she harbors you as her kinsman, she's nothing allied to your disorders. If you can separate yourself and your misdemeanors, you are welcome to the house. If not, and it would please you to take a leave of her, she is very willing to bid you farewell. Farewell, dear heart, since I must needs be gone.
Nay, good Sir Toby.
His eyes do show his days are almost done.
Even so? But I will never die.
So Toby, there you lie.
There's much credit to you. Shall I bid him go?
What an if you do?
Shall I bid him go and spare not?
Oh, no, no, you dare not.
Out of tune, sir. You lie. Art any more than a steward? Dost thou think, because thou art virtuous, there shall be no more cakes and ales?
Yes, by Saint Anne. And ginger shall be hot in the mouth too.
Art in the right. Go, sir. Rub your chain with crumbs. Stop of wine, Maria. Mistress Mary, if you prized my lady's favor at anything more than contempt, you would not give means for this uncivil rule. She shall know of it by this hand.
Go shake your ears.
'Twere as good a deed as to drink when a man's a hungry, to challenge him the field, and then to break promise with him and make a fool of him.
Do it, knight. I'll write thee a challenge, or I'll deliver thy indignation to him by word of mouth.
Sweet Sir Toby, be patient for tonight. Since the youth of the Count's was today with thy lady, she is much out of quiet. For Monsieur Malvolio, let me alone with him. If I do not gull him into a nayword and make him a common recreation, do not think I have wit enough to lie straight in my bed. I know I can do it.
Possess us. Possess us. Tell us something of him.
Marry, sir. Sometimes he is kind of Puritan.
Ho! If I thought that, I'd beat him like a dog.
What, for being a Puritan? By exquisite reason, dear knight.
I have no exquisite reason for it, but I've reason good enough.
The devil a Puritan that he is, or anything constantly but a time pleaser. An affectioned ass that cons state without book and utters it by great swaths. The best persuaded of himself, so crammed as he thinks with excellencies, that it is his grounds of faith that all look on him love him, and on that vice in him will my revenge find notable cause to work.
What will thou do?
I will drop in his way some obscure epistles of love, wherein by the color of his beard, the shape of his leg, the manner of his gait, the expression of his eye, forehead, and complexion, he shall find himself most feelingly personated. I can write very like my lady your niece. On a forgotten matter, we can hardly make distinction of our hands.
Excellent. I smell a device.
Yeah, I have it in my nose, too.
You shall think, by the letters that thou will drop, that they come from my niece, and that she's in love with them.
My purpose is indeed a horse of that color.
Your horse now would make him an arse.
Yes, I doubt not.
Oh, 'twill be admirable.
What royal, I warrant you. I know my physic will work with him. I will plant you two, and let the fool make a third where he shall find the letter. Observe his construction of it. For this night, to bed, and dream on the event. Farewell.
Good night, Penthesilea.
Before me, she's a good wench.
She's a beagle, true bred, and one that adores me. What of that?
I was adored once, too.
Let's to bed, knight. Thou must needs send for more money.
If I cannot recover your niece, I'm a foul way out.
Send for money, knight. If thou asked her, not in the end, call me cut.
If I do not, never trust me. Take it how you will.
Come. I'll go burn some sack. 'Tis too late to go to bed now. Come, knight.
You did.
I muted myself to unmute myself. Great. By the way, if you are subscribed to Kelly's channel, you now have a wonderful new useful. I got to use that one for myself. I'm loving it. But that's where we're going to take a break for our intermission. Everyone, we are going to be about 15 minutes. Take some time, get some refreshments. The concession stands are open in your own homes. The joy of being virtual. No queues for the bathroom or the concessions. Have fun, and we will see you back here in about 15 minutes. Hello and welcome back. I hope you are refreshed, that the queue at the concessions wasn't too bad for you, and now it is time for us to dive back into laughs, fun times, and shit tons of sex jokes.
Yeah.
As we said yesterday at the end of Othello, Twelfth Night is truly the big gulp of thirst of Shakespeare's
God.
plays.
Pretty much.
I love it.
It is so grand. But we are diving back in to Act 2, Scene 4, the Duke Orsino's palace. Enter Duke Orsino, Viola, Curio, and others.
Give me some music. Now, good morrow, friends. Now, good Cesario, but that piece of song, that old and antique song we heard last night, methought it did relieve my passion much, more than light airs and recollected terms of these most brisk and giddy-paced times. Come, but one verse.
He is not here, so please your lordship, that should sing it.
Who was it?
Festi, the jester, my lord. A fool that the Lady Olivia's father took much delight in. He is about the house.
Seek him out, and play the tune the while. Come hither, boy. If ever thou shalt love, in the sweet pangs of it, remember me. For such as I am, all true lovers are, unstayed and skittish in all motions else, save in the constant image of the creature that is beloved. How dost thou like this tune?
It gives a very echo to the seat where love is throned.
Ah, thou dost speak masterly. My life upon't thou, young though thou art, thine eye hath stayed upon some favor that it loves. Hath it not, boy?
A little, by your favor.
What kind of woman is't?
Of your complexion.
She is not worth thee, then. What years, in faith?
About your years, my lord.
Oh, too old, by heaven! Let still the woman take an elder than herself. So wears she to him, so sways she level in her husband's heart. For boy, however much we do praise ourselves, our fancies are more giddy and unfirm, more longing, wavering, sooner lost and worn than women's are. Good grief.
I think it well, my lord.
Then let thy love be younger than thyself, or thy affection cannot hold the bent. For women are as roses, whose fair flower being once displayed, doth fall that very hour.
And thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
And so they are. Alas, that they are so to die, even when they are to perfection grow.
Oh, fellow, come, the song we had last night. Mark it, Cesario, it is old and plain. The spinsters and the knitters in the sun and the free maids that weave their threads with bones do use to chant it. It is silly, sooth, and dallies with the innocence of love, like the old age.
Are you ready, sir?
Aye, prithee, sing.
I am not as good as some people on this stage, but I will try. Come away, death, in sad cypress let me be laid. Fly away, breath, I am slain by that fair cruel maid. What shroud of white stuck all with you? Oh, prepare it. My part of death, no one so true did share it. Not a flower, sweet, on my black coffin let it be strewn. Not a friend, greet my poor corpse with where my bones shall be thrown. 1,000 sighs to save, lay me where sad true lover never find my grave, to weep there.
There's for thy pains.
No pains, sir. I take pleasure in singing.
Well, I'll pay thy pleasure then.
Truly, sir. And pleasure will be paid, one time or another.
Give me now leave to leave thee.
Now the melancholy god protect thee, and the tailor make thy doublet of changeable taffeta. For thy mind is very opal. I would have men of such constancy put to sea, that their business might be everything and their intent everywhere. For that's it that always makes a voyage of nothing. Farewell.
Let all the rest give place. Once more, Cesario, get thee to yon same sovereign cruelty. Tell her, my love, more noble than the world, prizes not the quantity of dirty lands, the parts that fortune hath bestowed upon her. Tell her, I hold as giddily as fortune, but 'tis that miracle and queen of gems that nature pranks her in attracts my soul.
But if she cannot love you, sir.
I cannot be so answered.
Sooth, but you must. Say that some lady, as perhaps there is, hath for your love a great pang of heart, as you have for Olivia. You cannot love her. You tell her so. Must she not then be answered?
There is no woman's sides can bide the beating of so strong a passion as love doth give my heart. No woman's heart so big to hold so much. They lack retention, alas. Their love may be called appetite, no motion of the liver, but the palate that suffers surfeit, cloyment, and revolt. Mine is all as hungry as the sea, and can digest as much. Make no compare between that love a woman can bear me, and that I owe Olivia.
But I know
What dost thou know?
too well what love woman to man may owe. In faith, they're as true of heart as we. My father had a daughter loved a man, as it might be perhaps were I a woman, I should your lordship.
And what's her history?
A blank, my lord. She never told her love, but let concealment, like a worm in the bud, feed on her damask cheek. She pined in thought, and with a green and yellow melancholy, she sat like patience on a monument, smiling at grief. Was not this love indeed? We men may say more, swear more, but indeed, our shows are more than will, for still we prove much in our vows, but little in our love.
But died thy sister of her love, my boy?
I am all the daughters of my father's house, and all the brothers too, and yet I know not. Sir, shall I to the lady?
Aye, that's the theme. To her, in haste, give her this jewel. Say, my love can give no place, bide no deny.
Olivia's garden. Enter Sir Toby, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
Come thy way, Signor Fabian. I said come.
Nay. Nay, I'll come, if I lose a scruple of this sport. Let me be boiled to death with melancholy.
Oh.
Wouldst thou not be glad to have the niggardly, rascally sheep biter come by some notable shame? Oh, I didn't read that word beforehand. I am sorry.
Thanks, Bill. Hashtag thanks, Bill.
Yeah.
I would exalt man that, you know, he brought me out of favor with my lady about a bear baiting here.
To anger him, we'll have the bear again, and we will fool him black and blue, shall we not, Sir Andrew?
And we do not. It is pity of our lives.
Here comes the little villain.
Ah.
How now, my Medal of India?
Get ye all three into the box tree. Malvolio's coming down this walk. He has been yonder in the sun practicing behavior to his own shadow this half hour. Observe him, for the love of mockery, for I know this letter will make a contemplative idiot of him. Close in the name of jesting. Lie thou there, for here comes the trout that must be caught with tickling. Ooh, that's weird.
'Tis but fortune. All is fortune. Maria once told me she did affect me, and I have heard herself come thus near that should she fancy it should be one of my complexion. Besides, she uses me with a more exalted respect than anyone else that follows her. What should I think on it? Here's an overweening rogue.
Ah, peace! His contemplation makes a rare turkey cock of him. He that jets under his own advancement blooms.
Sly, I could so beat the rogue.
Peace, I say.
Nah.
To be Count Malvolio. Ah, rogue.
Pistol him! Pistol him!
Peace.
Ah.
Peace. There is an example for it. The lady of the Strachey marry the yeoman of the wardrobe.
Fie on him, Jezebel!
Oh, peace! Now he's deeply in it. Look how imagination blows him.
Having been 3 months married to her, sitting in my state, oh, for a stone bow to hit him in the eye! Calling my officers about me in my brenched velvet gown, having come from a daybed where I have left Olivia sleeping. Fire and brimstone!
Oh, peace! Peace!
And then to have the humor of state, and after a demure travel of regard, telling them I know my place as I would they should do theirs, to for my kinsman Toby bolt and shackles.
Oh, peace! Peace! Peace now! Now!
7 of my people, with an obedient start, make out for him. I frown the while, and perchance wind up watch, or play with some rich jewel. Toby approaches. Courtesies there to me. Shall this fellow live?
Though our silence be drawn from us with cars, yet peace!
I extend my hand to him thus, quenching my familiar smile with an austere regard of control. And thus Toby take you with a blow of the lips, then. Saying, cousin Toby, my fortunes having cast me on your niece, give me this prerogative of speech. What? What? You must amend your drunkenness. Out, scab!
Nay, patience, or we'll break the sinews of the plot.
Besides, you waste the treasure of your time with a foolish knight.
Oh, that's me, I warrant you.
One Sir Andrew.
I knew 'twas I, for many do call me fool.
What employment have we here?
Now is the woodcock near the gin.
Oh, peace. And the spirit of humor intimate... Sorry. Oh, peace. And the spirit of humor intimate reading aloud to him. By my life, this is my lady's hand. These be her very C's, her U's and her T's, and thus makes she her great P's. It is, in contempt of question, her hand.
Her C's, her U's, and her T's. Why's that?
To be unknown beloved, this and my good wishes, her very phrases, by your leave, wax. Soft, and the impressure her Lucrece, with which she uses to seal. 'Tis my lady. To whom should this be?
This wins him, liver and all.
Jove knows I love, but who? Lips do not move, no man must know. No man must know. What follows? The number's altered, no man must know. If this should be thee, Malvolio. Marry hang thee, Brock. I may command where I adore, but silence, like a Lucrece knife. With bloodless stroke, my heart doth gore. M-O-A-I doth sway my life.
A Faustian riddle.
Excellent wench, say I. M-O-A-I doth sway my life. Nay, but first, let me see.
What dish of poison has she dressed him?
And with what wing the Staniel checks at it. I may command where I adore. Why she may command me, I serve her, she is my lady. Why this is evident to any formal capacity, there is no obstruction in this. In the end, but your alphabetical position short portend, if I could make that resemble something in me. Softly, M-O-A-I. Oh, I make of that. He is now with a cold scent.
Sorter will cry upon all this, though be as rank as a fox.
Malvolio. Why that begins my name.
Did not I say he would work it out? The cur is excellent at faults.
But there is no consonancy in the sequel that suffers under probation. A should follow, but O does.
And O shall end, I hope.
Aye, or I'll cudgel him and make him cry, oh. And then I comes behind.
Aye, and you had an eye behind you. You might see more detraction at your heels than fortunes were before you.
M-O-A-I. The simulation is not as the former, and yet, to crush this a little, it would bow to me. For every one of these letters are in my name. Soft. Here follows prose. If this fall into thy hand, resolve. In my stars I am above thee, but be not afraid of greatness. Some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some of greatness thrust upon them. Thy fates open their hands, let thy blood and spirit embrace them, and to inure thyself to what thou art like me, cast thy humble slow and appear fresh. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue tang arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. She thus advises thee that sighs for thee. Remember who commended thy yellow stockings, and I wish to see thee ever cross-gartered. I say, remember. Go to, thou art maid, if thou desire to be so. If not, let me see thee a steward still, the fellow of servants, and not worthy to touch fortune's finger. Farewell. She that would alter services with thee, the fortunate unhappy. Daylight and champagne discovers not more. This is open. I will be proud. I will read politic authors. I will baffle Sir Toby. I will wash of gross acquaintance. I will be point device the very man. I do not now fool myself to let imagination jade me. For every reason excites to this, that my lady loves me. She did commend my yellow stockings of late. She did praise my leg being cross-gartered, and in this she manifests herself to my love. But a kind of injunction drives me to these habits of her liking. I thank my stars I am happy. I will be strange. Stout. In yellow stockings and cross-gartered, even with the swiftness of putting on. Jove and my stars be praised. Here is yet a postscript. Thou canst not choose but know who I am. If thou entertainest my love, let it appear in thy smiling. Thy smiles become thee well. Therefore in my presence still smile. Dear my sweet, I prithee. Jove, I thank thee. I will smile. I will do everything that thou wilt have me.
I will not give my part of this sport for a pension of thousands to be paid from the Sophy.
I could marry this wench for this device.
So could I too.
And ask no other dowry with her but such another jest.
Nor I neither.
Here comes my noble gull catcher.
Ah.
Will thou set thy foot on my neck?
Oh, on mine either.
Wait, are they just asking her to step
They
on
asked
them?
her to step on their neck. Yes, yes, they did.
Shall I play my freedom a trade trip and become thy bond slave?
Oh, if they or I either.
Why, thou hast put him in such a dream, that when the image of it leaves him, he must run mad.
Nay, but say true. Does it work upon him?
Like aqua vitae with a midwife.
If you will then see the fruits of the sport, mark his first approach before my lady. He will come to her in yellow stockings, into the color she abhors, and cross-gartered, a fashion she detests. And he will smile upon her, which will now be so unsuitable to her disposition, being addicted to a melancholy as she is, that it cannot but turn him into a notable contempt. If you will see it, follow me.
To the gates of Tartar, thou most excellent devil of wit.
I'll make one too.
Olivia's garden. Enter Viola and Clown with Tabor.
Save thee, friend, and thy music. Dost thou live by thy tabor?
No, sir. I live by the church.
Art thou a churchman?
No such matter, sir. I do live by the church, for I do live at my house, and my house doth stand by the church.
So thou mayst say, the king lies by a beggar, if a beggar dwell near him, or the church stands by thy tabor, if thy tabor stand by the church.
You have it, sir. To see, this age, a sentence is but a chervilled glove of good wit. How quickly the wrong side may be turned outward.
No, that's certain. They that dally nicely with words may quickly make them wanton.
I would, therefore, my sister had no name, sir.
Why, man?
Why, sir, her name's a word, and to dally with that word might make my sister wanton. But indeed, words are very rascals, since bonds disgraced them.
Thy reason, man.
Troth, sir, I can yield you none without words, and words are grown so false, I am loath to prove reason with them.
I warrant thou art a merry fellow, and carest for nothing.
Not so, sir. I do care for something. But in my conscience, sir, I do not care for you. If that be to care for nothing, sir, I would it make you invisible.
Art thou not the Lady Illyria's fool?
No, indeed, sir. The Lady Olivia has no folly. She will keep no fool, sir, but till she be married. And fools are like husbands, as pilchards are to herrings. The husband the bigger, I indeed not her fool, but her corrupter of words.
I saw thee late at the Count Orsino's.
Foolery, sir, does walk about the orb like the sun. It shines everywhere. I would be sorry, sir, but the fool should be as oft with your master as with my mistress. I think I saw your wisdom there.
Nay, an thou pass upon me, I'll no more with thee. Hold, there's expenses for thee.
By Jove, in his next commodity of hair, send thee a beard.
By my troth, I'll tell thee, I'm almost sick for one. Though I would not have it grow on my chin. Is thy lady within?
I would not pair of these have bread, sir.
Yes, being kept together and put to use.
I would play Lord Pandarus of Phrygia, sir, to bring a Cressida to this Troilus.
I understand you, sir. 'Tis well begged.
The matter, I hope, is not great, sir, begging but a beggar. Cressida was a beggar, my lady is within, sir. I will construe to them whence you come. Who you are and what you are are out of my welkin. I might say elemental, but the word is overthrown.
This fellow is wise enough to play the fool, and to do that well craves a kind of wit. You must observe their mood on whom he jests, the quality of persons and the time, and like the haggard, check at every feather that comes before his eye. This is a practice as full of labor as a wise man's art, for folly that he wisely shows is fit, but wise men folly fallen quite taint their wit.
Enter Sir Toby Belch and Sir Andrew.
Sir Toby Belch has a cat problem again.
Uh-oh.
Come here, you. You're now Sir Toby Belch. Get down. Live with it. No, come here.
Boy, I get to speak French. Actually, Eugenio and I get to speak French, and Simon doesn't.
French.
Okay.
Save you, gentlemen.
And you, sir.
Dieu vous garde, monsieur.
Et vous aussi, votre serviteur.
I hope, sir, you are, and I am yours.
Will you encounter the house? My niece is desirous you should enter, if your trade be to her.
I am bound to your niece, sir. I mean, she is the list of my voyage.
Taste your legs, sir. Put them into motion.
My legs do better understand me, sir, than I understand what you mean by bidding me taste my legs.
I mean to go, sir, to enter.
I will answer you with gate and entrance, but we are prevented. Most excellent accomplished lady, the heavens rain odors on you.
That use of rare courtier, rain odors. Well. You're muted, my love.
My matter hath no voice to your own most pregnant and vouchsafed ear.
Odors, pregnant, and vouchsafed. I'll get him all three already.
Let the garden door be shut, and leave me to my hearing. Give me your hand, sir.
My duty, madam, and most humble service.
What is your name?
Cesario is your servant's name, fair princess.
My servant, sir. 'Twas never merry world since lowly feigning would called compliment your servant to the Count Orsino, youth.
And he is yours, and his must needs be yours. Your servant's servant is your servant, madam.
For him, I think not on him, for his thoughts were blanks rather than filled with me.
Madam, I come to what your gentle thoughts, on his behalf.
Oh, by your leave, I pray you, I bade you never speak again of him. But would you undertake another suit? I had rather hear you to solicit that than music from the spheres.
Dear lady.
Give me leave, I beseech thee. I did send, after the last enchantment you did hear, a ring in chase of you. So did I abuse myself, my servant, and, I fear me, you. Under your hard construction must I sit to force that on you in a shameful cunning, which you knew none of yours. What might you think? Have you not set mine honour at the stake, and baited it with unmuzzled thoughts that tyrannous heart can think? So to one of your receiving enough is shown, a cypress, not a bosom, hideth my heart. So let me hear you speak.
I pity you.
That's not a degree of love.
No, not a grise, for it is a vulgar proof that very oft we pity enemies.
Why then, methinks 'tis time to smile again. O world, how apt the poor are to be proud. If one should be prey, how much the better to fall before the lion than the wolf. The clock abraids me. With waste of time, be not afraid, good youth. I will not have you. And yet, when wit and youth is come to harvest, your will it alike to reap a proper man. There lies your way. Due west.
Then westward ho! Grace and good disposition attend your ladyship. You'll nothing, madam, to my lord by me?
Stay, I pray thee. Tell me what thou thinkest of me.
That you do think you are not what you are.
If I think so, I think the same of you.
Then think you right. I am not what I am.
I would you were as I would have you be.
Would it be better, madam, than I am? I wish it might. But now I am your fool.
Oh, what a deal of scorn looks beautiful in contempt and anger of his lip. A murderous guilt shows not itself more soon than love would seem hid. Love's night is noon. Cesario, by the roses of the spring, by maidenhood, honor, truth, and everything, I love thee so, that maugre all thy pride, nor wit nor reason can my passion hide. Do not extort thy reasons from this clause, for that I woo, thou therefore hast no cause. But rather reason thus, with reason fetter, love sought is good, but given unsought better.
By innocence I swear, and by my youth, I have one heart, one bosom, and one truth. And that no woman has, nor never none shall mistress be of it, save I alone. And so adieu, good madam. Never more will I my master's tears to you deplore.
Yet come again, for thou perhaps mayest move that heart which now abhors to like his love. Enter Sir Toby Belch, Sir Andrew, and Fabian.
Now, Faith, I'll not stay a jot longer.
Thy reason, dear Venom. Give thy reason.
You must needs yield your reason, Sir Andrew.
Oh, Mary, I saw your niece do more favours to the Count's serving man than ever she bestowed upon me. I sought in the orchard.
Did she see thee the while, old boy? Tell me that.
As plain as I see you now.
This was great argument of her love in her toward you.
Sly, will you make an arse of me?
I will prove it legitimate, sir, upon the oaths of judgment and reason.
And they have been grand jury men since before Noah was a sailor.
She did show favour to the youth in your sight only to exasperate you, to awake your dormouse valor, to put her fire in her heart, your heart, and brimstone in your liver. You should have accosted her with some excellent jests, fire new from mint. You should have banged the youth into dumbness. This was looked for at your hand, and this was balked. The double guilt of this opportunity you let time wash off, and now you are now sailed into the north of my lady's opinion, where you will hang like an icicle on a Dutchman's beard, unless you do redeem it by some laudable attempt either of valour or policy.
And it be anyway, it must be with valour, for policy I hate. I had as lief be a brownist as a politician.
Why then? Build me thy fortunes upon the basis of valor. Challenge me the Count's youth to fight with him. Hurt him in 11 places. My niece shall take note of it, and I assure thyself there is no love broker in the world that can more prevail in man's commendation with women than report of valor.
There's the way of it, but this, Sir Andrew.
Will either of you bear me a challenge to him?
Go, write it in a martial hand. Be cursed and brief. It is no matter how witty, so it be eloquent and fun of invention. Taunt him with the license of ink. If thou thus him some thrice, it shall not be amiss. And as many lies as will lie in thy sheet of paper, although the sheet were big enough for the bed of Ware in England, set him down. Go about it. Let there be gall enough in thy ink, though thou write with a goose pen, no matter about it.
Where shall I find you?
We'll call thee at the cubicula. Go.
This is a dim... What the hell was that?
Mannequin?
Yeah, no, it went from Cockney to Southern in a heartbeat. This is a dear mannequin to you, Sir Toby.
I've been dear to him, lad, for some 2,000 strong or so.
We shall have to rare letter from... What the hell? Who knows, Fabian? He just goes everywhere. We shall have a rare letter from him, but you'll not deliver it?
Never trust me then, and by all means stir on the youth to an answer. I think oxen and wain ropes cannot hail them together. For Andrew, if he were open, and you find so much blood in his liver as will clog the foot of a flea, I'll eat the rest of the anatomy.
And his opposite, the youth, bears his visage no great presage of cruelty.
Look, where the youngest wren of 9 comes.
If you desire the spleen and will laugh yourself into stitches, follow me. Yond gull Malvolio is turned heathen, a very renegado, for there is no Christian that means to be saved by believing rightly can ever believe such impossible passages of grossness. He's in yellow stockings.
And cross-gartered?
Oh, most villainously, like a pedant that keeps a school in the church. I have dogged him like his murderer. He does obey every point of the letter that I dropped to betray him. He does smile his face into more lines than is the new map with the augmentation of the Indies. You have not seen such a thing as 'tis. I can hardly forbear hurling things at him. I know my lady will strike him. If she do, he'll smile and take it for a great favor.
Come, bring us where he is.
Act 3, Scene 3, a street. Enter Sebastian and Antonio.
I would not by my will have troubled you, but since you make your pleasure of your pains, I will no further chide you.
I could not stay behind you. My desire, more sharp than filed steel, did spur me forth. And not all love to see you, though so much as might have drawn one to a longer voyage. But jealousy what might befall your travel, being skillness in these parts, which to a stranger unguided and unfriended often prove rough and unhospitable. My willing love, the rather by these arguments of fear, set forth in your pursuit.
My kind Antonio, I can no other answer make but thanks, and ever thanks. And oft good turns are shuffed off with such uncurrent pay. But were my worth as is my conscience firm, you should find better dealing. What's to do? Shall we go see the relics of this town?
Tomorrow, sir, best first go see your lodging.
I'm not weary, and 'tis long tonight. I pray you, let us satisfy our eyes with the memorials of the things of fame that do renown this city.
Would you'll pardon me, I do not without danger walk these streets. Once in a sea fight against the Count his galleys I did some service, of such note indeed, that were I taken here it would scarce be answered.
Belike you slew great number of his people.
The offence is not of such a bloody nature, albeit the quality of the time and quarrel might well have given us bloody argument. It might have since been answered in repaying what we took for them, which, for traffic's sake, most of our city did. Only myself stood out, for which, if I be lapsed in this place, I shall pay dear.
Do not, then, walk too open.
It doth not fit me. Hold, sir, here's my purse. In the south suburbs, at the Elephant, it is best to lodge. I will bespeak our diet, whilst you beguile the time and feed your knowledge with viewing of the town. There shall you have me.
Why I your purse?
Haply your eye shall light upon some toy you have desire to purchase. And your store, I think, is not for idle market, sir.
I'll be your purse bearer and leave you for an hour.
To the Elephant.
I do remember.
Oh, is that an elephant joke?
Olivia's garden. Enter Olivia and Maria. I have sent after him. He says he'll come. How shall I feast him? What bestow of him? For youth is bought more oft than beggared or borrowed. I speak too loud. Where is Malvolio? He is sad and civil, and suits well the servant of my fortunes. Where is Malvolio?
He's coming, madam, but in a very strange manner. He is sure possessed, madam.
Why? What's the matter? Does he rave?
No, madam, he does nothing but smile. Your ladyship were best to have some guard about you if he come, for sure the man is tainted in his wit.
Go call him hither. I'm as mad as he, if sad and merry madness equal be. How now, Malvolio?
Sweet lady. Ho ho.
Smilest thou? I sent thee upon a sad occasion.
Sad lady, I could be sad. This does make some obstruction in the blood, this cross-gartering, but what of that? If it pleases the eye of one, it is with me as the very true sun it is. Please one, and please all.
Why, how dost thou, man? What is the matter with thee?
Not black in my mind, though yellow in my legs. It did come to his hands, and commands shall be executed. I think we do know the sweet Roman hand.
Wilt thou go to bed, Malvolio?
To bed? Sweetheart. And I'll come to thee.
God comfort thee. Why dost thou smile so, and kiss thy hand so often?
Maria.
Oh, Maria, where am I? I'm sorry, my brain was... Okay.
Line 1579.
Yeah.
1579. How do you, Malvolio?
At your request, yes. Nightingales and Sir Daws.
Why appear you with this ridiculous boldness before my lady?
Be not afraid of greatness. 'Twas well written.
What meanest thou by that, Malvolio?
Some are born great.
Ha!
Some achieve greatness.
What sayest thou?
And some have greatness thrust upon them.
The heaven restore thee.
Remember who commented thy yellow stockings,
Thy yellow stockings?
and wish to see thee cross-gartered.
Cross-gartered.
Go, thou art made, if thou desirest to be so.
Am I made?
If not, let me see thee a servant still.
Why, this is very midsummer madness.
Madam, the young gentleman of the Count Orsino's is returned. I could hardly entreat him back. He attends your ladyship's pleasure.
I'll come to him. Good Maria, let this fellow be looked to. Where's my cousin Toby? Let some of my people have a special care of him. I would not have him miscarry for half my dowry.
Oh, you come near me now. No worse man than Sir Toby to look to me. This concurs directly with the letter. She sends him on purpose, that I may appear stubborn to him, for she incites me to that in the letter. Cast thy humble slow, says she. Be opposite with a kinsman, surly with servants. Let thy tongue thang with arguments of state. Put thyself into the trick of singularity. And consequently sets down the matter how, as a sad face, a reverent carriage, a slow tongue, in the habit of some stir of note, and so forth. I have limed her, but it is Jove's doing, and Jove make me thankful. And when she went away now, let this fellow be looked to. Fellow, not Malvolio, not after my degree, but fellow. Why, everything adheres together. That no dram of a scruple, no scruple of a scruple, no obstacle, no incredulous or unsafe circumstance. What can be said? Nothing that can come between me and the full prospect of my hopes. Well, Jove, not I, is the doer of this, and he is to be thanked.
Re-enter Maria with Sir Toby Belch and Fabian.
Which way is he in the name of sanctity? If all the devils of hell be drawn in little, and Legion himself possess them, yet I'll speak to him.
Here he is, here he is. How's it with you, sir? How's it with you, man?
Go off. I discard you. Let me enjoy my private. Go off.
Lo! How hollow the fiend speaks within him. Did I not tell you? Sir Toby, my lady prays you to have care of him.
Does she so?
Go to, peace. Peace, we must deal gently with him. Let me alone. How do you, Malvolio? How's it with you? What, man? Defy the devil. Consider, he's an enemy to mankind.
Do you know what you say?
Law, you, and you speak ill of the devil, how he takes it at heart. Pray God, he be not bewitched.
Carry his water to the wise woman.
Marry, and it shall be done tomorrow morning if I live. My lady would not lose him for more than I'll say.
How now, mistress?
Oh, Lord.
Prithee, hold thy peace. This is not the way. Do you not see you move him? Let me alone with him.
No way but gentleness. Gently, gently. The fiend is rough and will not be roughly used.
Why, how now, my Bacchuk? How dost thou, Chuck?
Sir.
Aye, biddy come with me. What man? 'Tis not for gravity to play at cherry pit with Satan. Hang him, foul collier.
Get him to say his prayers, good Sir Toby. Get him to pray.
My prayers, minx.
No, I warrant you, he will not hear of godliness.
Go hang yourselves all. You are idle shallow things. I am not of your element. You shall know more hereafter.
Is possible?
Fabian.
I just lost the line, sorry.
1671.
Thank you. If this were played upon a stage now, I could condemn it as an improbable fiction.
He's very genius at taking the infection of the device, man.
Nay, pursue him now, lest the device take air and taint.
Why? We shall make him mad indeed.
The house will be the quieter.
We'll have him in a dark room and bound. My niece is already in the belief that he's mad. We may carry it thus for our pleasure in his penance. Till our very pastime, tired out of breath, prompt us to have mercy on him. At which time we will bring the device to the bar and crown thee for a finder of madmen. But see.
More matter for a May morning.
Ah, here's the challenge. Read it. Warrant, there's vinegar and pepper in it.
Is it so saucy?
Aye, it is. I warrant him. Do but read.
Give me.
Ah.
Youth, whatsoever thou art but a scurvy fellow.
Good and valiant.
Wonder not, nor admire not in thy mind. Why do I call thee so? For I will show thee no reason for it.
Good note. That keeps you from the blow of the law.
Thou comest to the Lady Illyria, and in my sight she uses thee kindly. But thou liest in thy throat, and that is not the matter I challenge thee for.
Very brief and to exceedingly good sense. Less.
I will waylay thee going home, where if it be thy chance to kill me,
Good.
thy killest me like a rogue and a villain.
Still you keep of the windy side of the law. Good.
Fare thee well, and God have mercy upon one of our souls. He may have mercy upon mine, but my hope is better, and so look to thyself. Thy friend, as thou usest him, and thy sworn enemy, Andrew Eggcheek. If this letter moves him not, his legs cannot. I'll give it him.
You may have very fit occasion for it. He is now in some commerce with my lady, and will by and by depart.
Go, Sir Andrew. Scout me for him at the corner of the orchard like a bum bailey. So soon as ever thou seest him, draw. And as thou drawest, swear horrible, for it comes to pass stuff that a terrible oath, with a swaggering accent sharply twanged off, gives manhood more approbation than ever proof itself would have earned him. Away.
Nay, let me alone for swearing.
Now, will I not deliver this letter, for the behavior of the young gentleman gives him out to be of good capacity and breeding. This employment between his lord and my niece confirms no less. Therefore, this letter, being so excellently ignorant, will breed no terror in the youth. He will find it comes from a clodpole. But, sir, I will deliver his challenge by word of mouth, set upon Eggcheek a notable report of valor, and drive the gentleman, as I know his youth will aptly receive it, in a most hideous opinion of rage, skill, fury, and impetuosity. This will be so fright them both that they will kill one another by the look, like cockatrices.
Here he comes with your niece. Give him away till we take leave, and presently after him.
I will meditate the while upon some horrid message for a challenge.
I have said too much unto a heart of stone, and laid mine honour to unchary out. There's something in me that reproves my fault. But such a headstrong, potent fault it is, that it be mocks reproof.
With the same behaviour that your passion bears goes on my master's grief.
Here, wear this jewel for me. 'Tis my picture. Refuse it not, it hath no tongue to vex you. And I beseech you, come again tomorrow. What shall you ask of me that I'll deny? that honor saved my be asking give?
Nothing but this, your true love for my master.
How with mine honor may I give him that which I have given to you?
I will acquit you.
Well, come again tomorrow. Fare thee well. A fiend like thee might bear my soul to hell. Re-enter Sir Toby Page and Fabian.
Gentlemen, God save thee.
And you, sir.
The defense thou hast, betake thee to it. Of what nature the wrongs are thou hast done 'em, I know not. But thy interceptor, full of despite, bloody as the hunter, attends thee at the orchard end. Dismount thy tuck, be yare in thy preparation, for thy assailant is quick, skillful, and deadly.
You mistake, sir. I am sure no man hath any quarrel to me. My remembrance is very free and clear from any image of offense done to any man.
You'll find it otherwise, I assure you. Therefore, if you hold your life at any price, betake you to your guard, for your opposite hath in him what youth, strength, skill, and wrath can furnish men withal.
I pray you, sir, what is he?
He is knight, dubbed with unhatched rapier and uncarpet consideration. But he is a devil in private brawl. Souls and bodies had he divorced 3. And his incensement at this moment is so implacable that satisfaction can be none but by pangs of death and sepulture. Hobnob is his word. Give it or take it.
I will return again into the house and desire some conduct of the lady. I'm no fighter. I've heard of some kind of men that put quarrels purposely on others to taste their valor. Belike this is a man of that quirk.
Sir, no. His indignation derives itself out of a very competent injury. Therefore, get you on and give him his desire. Back you shall not to the house, unless you undertake that with me, which with as much safety you might answer him. Therefore, on, or strip your sword stark naked, for metal you must, that's certain, or forswear to wear iron about you.
This is uncivil as strange. I beseech you, do me this courteous office, as to know of the knight what my offense to him is. It is something of my negligence, nothing of my purpose.
I will do so. Signor Fabian, stay you by this gentleman till my return.
Pray you, sir. Do you know of this matter?
I know the knight is right incensed against you, even to a mortal arbitrament, but nothing of the circumstance more.
I beseech you, what manner of man is he?
Nothing. Nothing of that wonderful promise. To read him by his form, as you are like to find him in the proof of his valour. He is indeed, sir, the most skilful, bloody, and fatal opposite of you could possibly have found in any port of Illyria. Will you walk towards him? I will make your peace with him if I can.
I shall be much bound to you for it. I am one that had rather go with Sir Priest than Sir Knight. I cannot who knows so much of my mettle.
Why, man, he's a very devil. I have not seen such a farrago. I had a pass with him, rapier, scabbard, and all, and he gives me the stuck-in with such a mortal motion that it is inevitable. And on the answer, he pays you as surely as your feet hit the ground they step on. They say he has been fencer to the Sophie.
Pox on it, I'll not meddle with him.
Aye, but he will not now be pacified.
No.
Fabian can scarce hold him yonder.
Plague on it, and I thought he had been valiant and so cunning in fence, I'll have him seen him damned ere I'll have challenged him. Oh, let him let the matter slip, and I'll give him my horse, Grey Capulet.
I'll make the motion. Stand here. Make a good show on it. It shall end without the perdition of souls. Mary. I'll ride your horse as well as I ride you. Oh, it's still me. I have his horse to take up the quarrel. I have persuaded him the youth's a devil.
He is horribly conceited of him, and pants and looks pale, as if bear were at his heels.
There's no remedy, sir. He will fight with you for oath's sake. Marry, he had better bethought him of his squirrel, and he finds that now scarce to be worth talking of. Therefore draw. For the supportance of his vow, he protests he will not hurt you.
Pray God defend me. A little thing would make me tell them how much I lack of a man.
Give ground, if you see him furious.
Come, Sir Andrew, there's no remedy. The gentleman will, for his honour's sake, have one bout with you. He cannot by the duello avoid it, but he has promised me, as he is a gentleman and a soldier, he will not hurt you. Come on, do it.
Oh, pray God he keeps his oath.
I do assure you 'tis against my will.
Enter Antonio.
Oh, is this me, Antonio, now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Because you're going to talk to yourself here in a minute, right?
Yeah, I can't. I would be
okay.
talking to myself for
All
a
right,
long time.
I got it. Put up your sword. If this young gentleman have done offense, I take the fault on me. If you offend him, I for him defy you.
You, sir. Why? What are you?
One, sir, that for his love dares yet do more than you have heard him brag to you he will.
Nay, if you be an undertaker, I am for you.
They draw. Enter officers. Oh, good Sir Toby, hold, here come the officers.
I'll be with you anon.
Pray, sir, put your sword up, if you please.
Marry, I will, sir, and for that I promised you I'll be as good as my word. He will bear you easily and reigns well.
Oh, this is the man. To thy office.
Antonio, I arrest thee to suit of Contorsino.
You do mistake me, sir.
No, sir. No, Jack. I know your favor well, though now you have no sea cap on your head. Take him away. He knows I know him well.
I must obey. This comes with seeking you, but there's no remedy. I shall answer it. What will you do now my necessity makes me to ask you for my purse? It grieves me much more for what I cannot do for you than what befalls myself. You stand amazed, but be of comfort.
Come, sir, away.
I must entreat you some of that money.
What money, sir? For the fair kindness you have showed me here, and part being prompted by your present trouble out of my lean and low ability, I'll lend you something. My having is not much. I'll make division of my present with you. Here, half my coffer.
What? Will you deny me now? Is it possible that my deserts to you can lack persuasion? Do not tempt my misery, lest that it make me so unsound a man as to upbraid you with those kindnesses that I have done for you.
I know of none. Nor know I you, by voice or any feature. I hate ingratitude more in a man than lying, vainness, babbling, drunkenness, or any taint of vice whose strong corruption inhabits our frail blood.
Oh, heavens themselves!
Come, sir, I pray you, go.
But let me speak a little. This youth that you see here, I snatched one half out of the jaws of death, relieved him with such sanctity of love, and to his image, which methought did promise most venerable worth, did I devotion.
But what's to us? The time goes by. Away.
But oh, how vile and idle proves this god thou hast, Sebastian. Done good feature shame. In nature there's no blemish but the mind. None can be called deformed but the unkind. Virtue is beauty, but the beauteous evil are empty trunks or flourished by the devil.
The man grows mad. Away with him. Come, sir.
Lead me on.
Methinks his words do from such passion fly that he believes himself. So do not I. Prove true imagination. Oh, prove true that I, dear brother, now be taken for you.
Come hither, knight. Come hither. Fabian. We'll whisper o'er a couplet or two of most sage saws.
He named Sebastian. I my brother know, yet living in my glass. Even such and so in favor was my brother, and he went still in this fashion, color, ornament, for him I imitate. Oh, if it proved tempests are kind and salt waves fresh in love. Exit.
A very dishonest, paltry boy, and more a coward than a hare. His dishonesty appears in leaving his friend here in necessity and denying him, and for his cowardship, ask Fabian.
A coward. A most devout coward. Religious in it.
Slade, I'll after him again and beat him.
Do. Cough him soundly, but never draw thy sword.
And I do not.
Come, let's see the event.
I dare lay any money it will be nothing yet.
And with the end of Act 3, we're going to take our second intermission of the day. About 5 minutes. Get it up, get some water. We'll be right back. And we do hope to bring you the conclusion of Twelfth Night. Hello all, welcome to our conclusion. We hope you were refreshed, that the line at the bathroom wasn't too long for you, and the concession stand did still have your brand of alcohol or drink of choice.
Oh.
Somebody find the soprano another drink. She deserves it.
Alrighty. Act
Alrighty.
4, scene 1. Almost done, actually.
Actually, yep, we're almost done. Before Olivia's house, enter Sebastian and Festi. Will you make me believe that I am not sent for you?
Go to, thou art a foolish fellow. Let me be clear of thee.
Well held out, I faith. No, I do not know you, nor I am sent to you by my lady to bid you come speak with her, nor your name is not Master Cesario, nor this is not my nose neither. Nothing that is so is so.
I prithee, vent thy folly somewhere else. Thou knowest not me.
Vent my folly? He has heard that word of some great man and now applies it to a fool. Vent my folly. I am afraid this great lubber, the world, will prove a cockney. I pray thee, ungird thy strangeness, and tell me what I shall vent to my lady. Shall I vent to her that thou art coming?
I pray thee, foolish Greek, depart from me. There is money for thee. If you tarry longer, I shall give worse payment.
By my troth, thou hast an open hand. These wise men that give fools money get themselves a good report after 14 years' purchase.
Now, sir, have I met you again? Oh, there's for you.
Why, there's for thee, and there. Are all the people mad?
Hold, sir, or I'll throw your dagger over the house.
Oh, that
This will I tell my lady straight. I would not be in some of your coats for 2 pence.
Come on now, sir. Hold.
Nay, let him alone. I'll go another way to work with him. I'll have an action of battery against him if there be any law in Illyria, though I struck him first. Yet it's no matter for that.
let go thy hand.
Come, sir. I will not let you go. Come, my young soldier. Put up your iron. You are well fleshed. Come on.
I will be free from thee. What dost thou now? If thou darest tempt me further, draw thy sword.
What? Nay, then, I must have an ounce or two of this malapert blood from you.
Hold, Toby. On thy life I charge thee, hold.
Madam!
Will it ever be thus, ungrateful wretch? Fit for the mountains and the barbarous caves, where manners ne'er were preached, out of my sight! Be not offended, dear Cesario. Rudesby, be gone. I pray thee, gentle friend, let thy wisdom, not thy passion sway, in this uncivil and thou unjust extent against thy peace. Go with me to my house, and hear thou there how many fruitless pranks this ruffian hath botched up, that thou thereby mayst smile at this. Thou shalt not choose but go. Do not deny. Beshrew his soul for me. He started one poor heart of mine in thee.
What relish is in this? How runs the stream? Or am I mad, or else this is a dream? Let fancy still my sense in leather steep, or if it be thus to dream, still let me sleep.
Nay, come, I pray thee. Would thou'st be ruled by me?
Madam, I will.
Oh, say so, and so be. Maria, enter
Nay,
Maria.
I prithee, put on this gown and this beard. Make him believe thou art Sir Topus the curate. Do quickly. I'll call Sir Toby the whilst.
Well, I'll put it on, and I'll dissemble myself in it. And I would I were the first that ever dissembled in such a gown. I'm not tall enough to function well, nor lean enough to be thought a good student. But to be said, an honest man and a good housekeeper goes as fairly as to say a careful man and a great scholar. The competitors enter.
Jove bless thee, Master Parson.
Bonus dies, Sir Toby. For, as the old hermit of Prague, that never saw pen and ink, very wittily said to a niece of King Goberdrick, that is. And so I, being Master Parson, am Master Parson. For what is that, and is but is.
To him, Sir Topus.
What ho, I say, peace in this prison.
The knave counterfeits well, a good knave.
Who calls there?
Sir Topus, the curate, who comes to visit Malvolio the lunatic.
Sir Topus. Sir Topus, good Sir Topus, go to my lady.
Out, hyperbolic fiend, how vexest thou this man? Talkest thou nothing but of ladies?
Well said, Master Parson.
Sir Topus, never was men thus wrong. Good Sir Topus, do not think I am mad. They have laid me here in hideous darkness.
Fie, thou dishonest Satan! I call thee by the most modest terms, for I am one of those gentle ones that will use the devil himself with courtesy. Sayest thou that house is dark?
As hell, Sir Topus.
Why, it hath bay windows transparent as barricadoes, and clear stores toward the south, the north, are as lustrous as ebony. And yet complainest thou of obstruction?
I am not mad, Sir Topus. I say to you, this house is dark.
Madam, thou errest. I say there is no darkness but ignorance, in which thou art more puzzled than the Egyptians in their fog.
I say, this house is as dark as ignorance, though ignorance were as dark as hell, and I say there was never a man thus abused. I am no more mad than you are. Make the trial of it in any constant question.
What is the opinion of Pythagoras concerning wild fowl?
That the soul of our granda might haply inhabit a bird.
What thinkest thou of his opinion?
I think nobly of the soul, and no way approve his opinion.
Fare thee well. Remain thou still in darkness. Thou shalt hold the opinion of Pythagoras ere I will allow of thy wits, and fear to kill a good woodcock, lest thou possesses the soul of thy grandam. Fare thee well.
Sir Topus! Sir Topus!
My most exquisite Sir Topus.
Nay, I am for the waters.
Thou mightst have done this without thy beard and gown. He sees thee not.
To him in thy own voice, and bring me word how thou findest them. I would we were well rid of this knavery. If he may be conveniently delivered, I would be here, I would he were, for I am now so far in offence with my niece that I cannot pursue with any safety this sport to the upshot. Come by and by to my chamber.
Hey, Robin, jolly Robin, tell me how thy lady does.
Fool!
My lady is unkind, perdie.
Fool!
Alas, why is she so?
Fool, I say!
She loves another. Who calls her?
Good fool. As ever thou wilt deserve well at my hand, help me to a candle and pen, ink and paper, as I am a gentleman. I will live to be thankful to thee for it.
Master Malvolio?
Aye, good fool.
Alas, sir, how fell you besides your 5 wits?
Fool, there was never a man so notoriously abused. I am as well in my wits, fool, as thou art.
But as well, then you are mad indeed, if you be no better in your wits than a fool.
They have here propertied me, keep me in darkness, send ministers to me, assess, and do all they can do to face me out of my wits.
Advise you what you say. The minister is here. Malvolio, Malvolio, thy wits the heavens restore. Endeavour thyself to sleep, and leave thy vanity bibble babble.
Sir Topus.
Maintain no good words with him, good fellow. Who I, sir, not I, sir. God be with you, good Sir Topus. Marry, amen, I will, sir, I will.
Fool! Fool! Fool, I say!
Alas, sir, be patient. What say you, sir? I am sent for speaking to you.
Good fool, help me to some light and some paper. Tell thee, I am as well in my wits as any man in Illyria.
Well a day that you were, sir.
By this hand I am. Good fool, some ink, paper, and light, and convey what I will set down to my lady. It shall advantage thee more than ever the bearing of letter did.
I will help you onto it. But tell me true, are you not mad indeed? Or do you but counterfeit?
Believe me, I am not, I tell thee true.
Nay, I'll ne'er believe a madman till I see his brains. I will fetch you light and paper and ink.
Fool, I'll requite it in the highest degree. I prithee, be gone.
I am gone, sir, and anon, sir. I'll be with you again in trice. Like to old vice you need to sustain, who with this dagger of lead, it doesn't work anymore, in his rage and wrath, cries, aha, to the devil, like a mad lad, pair thy nails, dad. Adieu, good man, devil.
No, I want to sing.
Wait, we're going a whole stream.
It's just that like Fest is just that kid from Holy Grail that just wants to sing every 2 seconds.
Feste wants to sing.
Aw.
Olivia's garden. Enter Sebastian.
This is the air. That is the glorious sun. This pearl she gave me, I do feel it and see it. And though 'tis wonder that enwraps me thus, yet 'tis not madness. Where is Antonio, then? I could not find him at the Elephant, yet there he was, and there I found this credit. That he did range the town to seek me out, his counsel now might do me golden service, for though my soul disputes well with my sense, that this may be some error, but no madness. Yet doth this accident and flood of fortune so far exceeds all instance, all discourse, that I am ready to distrust mine eyes, and wrangle with my reason that persuades me to any other trust but that I am mad. Or else the lady's mad. Yet if it were so, she could not sway her house, command her followers, take and give back affairs and their dispatch with such a smooth, discreet, and stable bearing as I perceive she does. There's something in it that's deceivable. But here, the lady comes.
Blame not this haste of mine. If you mean well, now go with me and with this holy man, and into the chantry by, there before him and underneath that consecrated roof, plight me the full assurance of your faith, that my most jealous and too doubtful soul may live at peace. He shall conceal it, whilst you are willing it shall come to note. What time we will our celebration keep according to my birth? What do you say?
I'll follow this, good man, and go with you, and having sworn truth, ever will be through.
Then lead the way, good father, and heaven so shine, that they may fairly note this act of mine. Okay.
Sure, let's get married. Why not?
I met you like 5 seconds ago, but I can tell that you're like so cool.
It's, yeah.
It's been at least a day that she thinks she's known him.
I mean, yeah, she didn't even know his name.
She thinks it's Curio, right? I'm not Curio.
Cesario, but that's the best part. Sebastian's like, yeah, she doesn't even call me by my name, but whatever. Let's just like
Sure, why not?
Whatever.
The end draws nigh, Act 5.
Yep. Now, as thou lovest me, let me see his letter. Good Master Fabian, grant me another request. Anything. Do not desire to see this letter. This is to give a dog, and in recompense desire my dog again. Enter Duke Orsino, Violo, Curio, and Lords.
Belong you to the Lady Olivia, friends?
Aye, sir, we are some of her trappings.
I know thee well. How dost thou, my good fellow?
Truly, sir. The better for my foes and the worse for my friends.
Oh, just the contrary. The better for thy friends.
No, sir. The worse.
Well, how can that be?
Marry, sir, they praise me and make an ass of me. Now my foes tell me plainly I'm an ass, so that by my foes, sir, I profit in the knowledge of myself, and by my friends I am abused. So that conclusions to be kisses, if your 4 negatives make you 2 affirmatives, why then the worse of my friends and the better of my foes.
Why, this is excellent.
By my troth, sir, no, though it please you to be one of my friends.
Thou shalt not be the worse for me. There's gold.
But that, it would be double dealing, sir. I would you could make it another.
Oh, give me your ill counsel.
Put your grace in your pocket, sir, for this once, and let your flesh and blood obey it.
Well, I will be so much a sinner to be a double dealer. There's another.
Primo secundio tertio is a good play. And the old saying is, the third pays for the all. The triplex, sir, is of good tripping measure, or the bells of St. Bennet, sir, put it in your mind. 1, 2, 3.
You can fool no more money out of me at this throw. If you will let your lady know I am here to speak with her, and bring her along with you, it may awake my bounty further.
Marry, sir, a lullaby to your bounty till I come again. I go, sir. But I would not have you to think that my desire of having is the sin of covetousness, but, as you say, sir, let your bounty take a nap. I will awaken it anon.
Here comes the man, sir, that did rescue me.
That face of his I do remember well. Yet, when I saw it last, it was besmeared as black as Vulcan in the smoke of war. A bobbling vessel was he captain of, for shallow draught and bulk unprizable, with which such scathful grapple did he make with the most noble bottom of our fleet, that very envy and the tongue of loss cried fame and honor on him. What's the matter?
Orsino, this is what Antonio. I took the Phoenix and our frat from Candy, and this is he that he did the tiger board when your young nephew Titus lost his leg. Here in the streets, desperate of shame and state, in private brabble did we apprehend him.
He did me kindness, sir, drew on my side, but in conclusion put strange speech upon me. I know not what 'twas but distraction.
Notable pirate, thou saltwater thief! What foolish boldness brought thee to their mercies, whom thou, in terms so bloody and so dear, hast made thine enemies? Oh dear.
Yeah,
Orsino.
hold on.
That's all right.
Let somebody else do it. Let Prax do it.
Orsino, noble sir, be pleased that I shall shake off these names you've given me. Antonio never yet was thief or pirate, though I confess on basing ground enough Orsino's enemy. A witchcraft drew me hither, that most ingrateful boy there by your side, from the rude sea enraged and foamy mouth did I redeem, a wreck past hope he was. His life I gave him, and did thereto add my love without retention or restraint. All his in dedication. For his sake did I expose myself, pure of his love, into the dangers of this adverse town. Drew to defend him when he was beset, where, being apprehended, his false cunning, not meaning to partake with me in danger, taught him to face me out of his acquaintance, and grew a 20 years removed thing, well one would think it. Denied me my own purse, which I had recommended his use not half an hour before.
How could this be?
When came he to this town?
Today, my lord, and for 3 months before, no interim, not a minute's vacancy, both day and night did we keep company.
Oh, here comes the Countess. Oh, now heaven walks on earth. But for thee, fellow, thy words are madness. 3 months this youth hath tended upon me. But more of that anon. Take him aside. Muted.
Yeah.
What would my lord, but that he may not have, wherein Olivia may seem serviceable? Cesario, you do not keep promise with me.
Madam?
Gracious Olivia.
What say you, Cesario, good my lord?
My lord would speak, my duty hushes me.
If it ought be the old tune, my lord.
Wait,
That's not
that's
me at
Olivia.
all. Yep. Why does everyone's name start with an O?
What if ought be to the old turn, my lord? It is fat and falsome in mine ear, as howling after music.
Still so cruel.
Still so constant, lord.
What, to perverseness, you uncivil lady, to whose ingrate and unauspicious altars my soul, the faithfulest offerings hath breathed out, that ere devotion tendered, what shall I do?
Even would it please, my lord, that shall become him.
Why should I not? Had I the heart to do it like to the Egyptian thief at point of death, kill what I love? A savage jealousy that sometimes savors nobly. But hear me this, since you to non-regardance cast my faith, and that I partly know the instrument that screws me from my true place in your favor, live you the marble-breasted tyrant still. But this, your minion, whom I know you love, and whom by heaven I swear I tender dearly, him I will tear out of that cruel eye, where he sits crowned in his master's spite. Come, boy, with me. My thoughts are ripe in mischief. I'll sacrifice the lamb that I do love, to spite a raven tart with a dove.
And I most jocund, apt and willingly to you do rest. 1,000 deaths would die.
Where goes Cesario?
After him I love. More than I love these eyes, more than my life, more by all mores than e'er I shall love wife. If I do feign, you witnesses above, punish my life for tainting of my love.
Ah, me detested, how am I beguiled?
Who does beguile you? Who does you do wrong? Who does do you wrong? Okay.
Hast thou forgot thyself? Is it so long? Call forth the Holy Father.
Come, away.
Whither, my lord? Cesario, husband, stay.
Husband?
Aye, husband, can he that deny?
Her husband, sirrah?
No, my lord, not I.
Alas, it is the baseness of thy fear that makes thee strangle thy propriety. Fear not, Cesario. Take thy fortunes up. Be that thou knowest thou art, and then thou art as great as thou art fearest. Oh, welcome, father. Father, I charge thee by thy reverence here to unfold thou lately we intended to keep in the darkness what occasion now reveals before 'tis ripe. What thou dost know hath newly passed between this youth and I. Simon.
Hey, Simon.
The priest.
Have a little priest, Simon.
As a treat. A contract of eternal bond of love, confirmed by mutual joinder of your hands, attested by the holy close of lips, strengthened by interchangement of your rings, and all the ceremony of the scum pact, sealed in my function by my testimony, since when my watch hath told me toward my grave I have traveled but 2 hours.
Oh, thou dissembling cub, what wilt thou be when time hath sowed a grizzle on thy case? Or will not else thy craft so quickly grow, that thine own trip shall be thine overthrow? Farewell, and take her, but direct thy feet where thou and I henceforth may never meet.
My lord, I do protest.
Oh, do not swear. Hold little faith, thou, though that thou hast too much fear.
For the love of God, a surgeon, send one presently to Sir Toby.
What's the matter?
He has broke my head across, and has given Sir Toby a bloody coxcomb too. For the love of God, your help. I had rather than £40 I were at home.
Who has done this, Sir Andrew?
The Count's gentleman, one Cesario. We took him for a coward, but he's the very devil incarnate. My gentleman, Cesario. Odds lifeling, there he is. You broke my head for nothing. And that I did. I was set on do it by Sir Toby.
Muted.
Why do you speak to me? I never hurt you. You drew your sword upon me without cause, but I bespoke you fair and hurt you not.
If a bloody coxcomb be a hurt, you have hurt me. I think you said nothing by a bloody coxcomb. Well, here comes Sir Toby halting. You shall hear more, but if he had not been in drink, he would have pickled your other gates than he did. How now, gentlemen? How is with you?
That's all one has hurt me, and there's the end on't. Sot didst see Dick's surgeon, Sot.
Oh, he's drunk. Sir Toby, an hour agone, his eyes were set at 8 in the morning.
Oh, I'm supposed to be drunk. And there's a rogue and a passy measure pardon. I hate a drunken rogue.
Away with him. Who hath made this havoc with them?
I'll help you, Sir Toby, because we'll be dressed together.
Will you help? And I said a coxcomb and a knave and a thin-faced knave. Cool.
Get him to bed and let his hurt be looked to.
We all leave and Sebastian comes in, which is now very confusing because Sebastian and Viola look exactly the same. Can't you tell?
We're both super pale. That
Super pale.
I am sorry, madam. I have hurt your kinsman, but had it been the brother of my blood, I must have done no less with wit and safety. You throw a strange regard upon me, and by that I do perceive it hath offended you. Pardon me, sweet one, even for the vows we made each other but so late ago.
One face, one voice, one habit, and two persons. A natural perspective that is and is not.
Antonio, oh, my dear Antonio, how have the hours racked and tortured me since I have lost to thee?
Oh, gods. Who wants to be Antonio?
I'll take Antonio. Olivia's...
Everyone else has so far.
Sebastian, are you?
Fearest thou that, Antonio?
How have you made division of yourself? An apple cleft in two is not more twain than these two creatures. Which is Sebastian? Most wonderful.
Do I stand there? I never had a brother. Nor can there be that deity in my nature of here and everywhere. I had a sister whom the blind waves and surges have devoured. Of charity, what kin are you to me? What countrymen? What name? What parentage?
Of Messaline. Sebastian was my father, such as Sebastian was my brother too. So went he suited to his watery tomb. If spirits can assume both form and suit, you come to fright us.
A spirit I am indeed. But am I in that dimension grossly clad, which from the womb I did participate? Were you a woman, as the rest goes even, I should my tears let fall upon your cheek, and say, thrice welcome, drowned Viola.
My father had a mole upon his brow,
And so had mine.
and died that day when Viola from her birth had numbered 13 years.
Oh. That record is lively in my soul. He finished indeed his mortal act that day that made my sister 13 years.
If nothing lets to make us happy both, but this my masculine usurped attire, do not embrace me till each circumstance of place, time, fortune do cohere and jump, that I am Viola, which to confirm I'll bring to you a captain in this town, where lie my maiden weeds, by whose gentle help I was preserved to serve this noble count. All the occurrence of my fortune since hath been between this lady and this lord.
So comes it, lady. You have been mistook. But nature to her bias drew in that you would have been contracted to a maid. Now are you therein, by my life, deceived? You are betrothed, both to a maid and a man.
Be not amazed. Right noble is his blood. If this be so, as yet the glass seems true, I shall have share in this most happy wreck. Boy, thou hast said to me 1,000 times, thou never shouldst love a woman like to me.
And all those sayings will I overswear, and those swearings keep as true in soul as doth that or bed as doth that God dang it, as doth that or bed continent the fire that severs day from night.
Give me thy hand, and let me see thee in thy woman's weeds.
The captain that did bring me first on shore hath my maid's garments. He upon some action is now in durance at Malvolio's suit, a gentleman and follower of my lady's.
He shall enlarge him. Fetch Malvolio hither, and yet alas, now I remember me. They say, poor gentleman, he was much distract. A most extracting frenzy of mine own, from my remembrance clearly banished his... How does he, sirrah? Truly, madam, he holds Beelzebub at the staves, and as well as any man in his case may do. Has here writ a letter to you. I should have given it to you today morning, but as madam's epistles are no gospels, so it skills not much when they are delivered. Open and read it. Look then to be well edified when the fool delivers the madman. By the Lord, madam. How now? Art thou mad? No, madam, I do but read madness, and your ladyship will have it as it ought to be. You must allow vox. Pray thee, read thy right wits. So I do, madam, but to read his right wits is to read thus. Therefore perpend, my princess, and give ear. Read it you, sirrah. By the Lord, madam, you wrong me, and the world shall know it. Though you have put me into darkness and given your drunken cousin rule over me, yet have I the benefit of my senses as well as your ladyship. I have your own letter that induced me to the semblance of a put on, with which I doubt not but to do myself much right, as you much shame. Think me as you please, I leave my duty a little unthought of, and speak out of my injury, the madly used Malvolio. Did he write this? Aye, madam.
This savors not much of distraction.
See him delivered, Fabian, bring him hither. My lord, so it please you. These things further thought on, to think me as well as sister, as a wife. One day shall crown the alliance on it, so it please you. Here at my house, and at my proper cost.
Madam, I am most apt to embrace your offer. Your master quits you, and for your service done him, so much against the metal of your sex, so far beneath your soft and tender breeding, and since you called me master for so long, here is my hand. You shall from this time be your master's mistress.
A sister, you are she.
Ah, is this the madman?
Aye, my lord, the same. How now, Malvolio?
Madam, you have done me wrong. Notorious wrong.
Have I, Malvolio? No.
Lady, you have. Pray you, peruse that letter. You must not now deny it is your hand. Write from it, if you can, in hand or phrase, or say, 'tis not your seal, not your invention. You can say none of this. Well, grant it then, and tell me, in the modesty of honor, why you have given me such clear lights of favor, bade me come smiling and cross-gartered to you, to put on yellow stockings, and to frown upon Sir Toby and the lighter people. And acting this in an obedient hope, why have you suffered me to be imprisoned, kept in a dark house visited by the priest and made the most notorious geck in Gaul that our invention played on? Tell me, why?
Alas, Malvolio, this is not my writing. Though I confess, much like the character. But out of question, 'tis Maria's hand. And now I do bethink me, it was she who first told me thou wast mad. Then camest in smiling, and in such forms which here were presumed upon thee in the letter. Pray thee be content, this practice hath most shrewdly passed upon thee, but when we know the grounds and authors of it, thou shalt be both the plaintiff and the judge of thine own cause. Good madam, hear me speak, and let no quarrel nor no brawl to come. Tain't the condition of this present hour, which I've wondered at, in hope it shall not. I must freely confess, myself, Toby set this device against Malvolio here upon some stubborn and uncourteous parts we had conceived against him. Maria writ the letter, at Sir Toby's great importance, in recompense wherefore he hath married her. How, with sportful malice, it was followed, may rather pluck upon laughter than revenge, if that injuries be justly weighed that have both sides passed. Alas, poor fool, how have they baffled thee? Why, some are born great, some achieve greatness, and some have greatness thrust upon them. I was one, sir, in this interlude, one Sir Topus, sir, but that is all. By Lord, fool, I'm not mad. Do you remember? Madam, why laugh you at such a barren rascal, and you smile not? He's gagged. And thus was the whirligig of time brought in his revenge.
I will be revenged on the whole pack of you.
He hath been most notoriously abused.
Pursue him and entreat him to a peace. He hath not told us of the captain yet. When that is known, and golden time convents, a solemn combination shall be made of our dear souls. Meantime, sweet sister, we will not part from hence. Cesario, come, for so you shall be while you are a man. But when in other habits you are seen, Orsino's mistress and his fancy queen.
Actually, I think Kelly should do the end.
Nope. Nope.
Fine.
You chose this.
I did.
You brought it amongst yourselves.
I'm just pointing out that you're the only one who hasn't sung today, so.
I know. You didn't sing.
I don't know what you're talking about. I most certainly
Okay,
did.
wait. I might have something.
No.
Do it.
Why
Do
am
it.
I so blurry? Holy crap.
When that I was and a little tiny boy, with hey-ho, the wind and the rain. Oof. A foolish thing was... No, it doesn't work. I can't do Black Parade with this.
It's okay. I only know from the film, what's his name? Who plays Feste in the movie? Played the Manchurian in
Look, Feste sings.
Okay, Feste sings.
Curtain falls.
Curtain. Okay, yes.
It's
Curtain.
just singing. That's it. It's nothing important, actually. There's nothing.
Nothing.
Yep.
No, it's just
Nope.
Feste singing. Feste sings.
It's once again like the recap of the whole show
It's
in
just
a brief
Puck's
song.
speech again.
Yep.
If we shadows have offended with different words.
Yeah. But, yes. All right. So Ben
God.
Kingsley, thank you, Kat. We appreciate you. I was going crazy, but in the movie, it's Ben Kingsley. So we are going to drop the curtain. Thank you for coming to our presentation.
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
Perfect. It's exactly
works.
how 12th Night ends.
Yeah.
I mean, he wrote it
Yes.
in 12. He wrote it in a week.
Yes.
But thank you all for coming. Welcome to our fourth presentation of Classics on Twitch and our presentation of 12th Night. We're going to go around again, reverse order this time. Take a minute, give us a little plug for yourself. Also, feel free to say what you think of the play. And it's raunchy fun. So we'll start with Simon.
Hi, it's me, Simon. At Wandering DM on Twitch, Wandering_DM on Twitter. I stream mainly role-playing games over on my channel basically all week, though things are changing due to, like yesterday's, scheduling issues. But tonight we have Stranded at Your House, which is a mix between a talk show and a cartomancy reading. So if you're interested in discovering new games, we're going to have two guests that are going to come in and talk about the games that they're working on or that they have released. Friday, we will be playing Cyberpunk Red. No, that's not true. This Friday is a very special stream. I forgot about that. We are doing a charity stream for Chance Lifeline. If you're interested, we're going to be playing Mall Goths versus Visigoths, which is basically a smooching game in a 1990s mall with apparently time travelers. And then on Saturday is our penultimate Vampire Nightfall episodes. Don't miss out on that. And check out on Twitter. I have stuff. I made an adventure for D&D if you're interested. Check my pin tweet. It's got the link in it and everything. Otherwise, I really loved today's play. It's... I hurt my throat doing Sir... Toby, but yeah, otherwise I mean, it's the classical, you know, girl dresses as a boy and then shenanigans ensues, but it was fun to I had never actually read Twelfth Night before today, so it was a cool discovery.
It is fun. Thank you again for coming. Also, again, I'm looking forward to everything that's going on. Eugenio.
Hello! Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio, also known as DM Jazzy Hands on occasion. You can find me on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands. I am the, words, we've done so many of them today. I'm the Dungeon Master and the producer of an actual play D&D podcast called The Last Refuge. We are still going strong because we know people need entertainment. So we canceled our mid-season hiatus, and we are continuing to put out episodes. We just put out the very first episode of season 6 this morning. So you can check us out at DND Last Refuge because it's a lot of fun. I also have been, with the time that I find myself with these days, I've been streaming some video games on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Jazzy Hands. Super casual, just like hang out with people, entertain for a bit. And you can find me every other Tuesday streaming with the Venture Maidens on their channel, twitch.tv/the Venture Maidens, playing a short arc of Call of Cthulhu. We are 3 episodes into our 5-episode arc. We had episode 3 last night, so we'll be back online on Tuesday, April 8th, I believe is our next one. So you can come check us out. It's been super fun. We got into a whole bunch of creepy trouble last night, so it should be exciting. I think that's all from me. Oh, what do I think about Twelfth Night? It's so funny. I've done Comedy Bears twice, and so much of the plot of this one, except for the cross-dressing, it's so similar to that one. It was funny. I found myself sort of losing track of the characters and forgetting who was in this play and who was in Comedy Bears. But it's a lot of fun. Also, my God, Duke Orsino, could you be a little less misogynist? It would be great. I would so appreciate it next time I read the role. Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Just a little. Also, hey, Sebastian, Antonio.
My God.
What?
Just get married.
Just get married. It's
or
fine.
just hook up.
My goodness.
Just get it out.
Look, you
Just
two.
Get it out.
All of it.
And like, Olivia, sorry, honey, but
No, I think, yeah. Anyway.
This is a very yeah.
It's a very interesting play. Kelly! Is you.
Yeah. Is me. I am Kelly at the Opera Geek on Twitch and Twitter, not on YouTube because someone took it. So it's Kelly the Opera Geek there. Tonight I will be streaming on my Twitch channel. I haven't decided yet. It was, Witcher Wednesdays, but I think people are kind of needing something lighter right now. So I started Stardew Valley last week, and I'm really bad at it, and I just yell at it a lot, which seems to amuse people. So there's that. And starting Tuesday, I think I will be on Simon's channel playing The Witcher. For once, not playing Triss Marigold, which is going to be interesting because it means I'm actually going to have to learn how to play the game and learn the rules. And what else? Other than that, I think that's what I have for right now. But stay tuned because I've been thinking about doing just some random streaming and stuff like that. Like maybe Eugenio and I can do some multiplayer or somethings.
Yeah.
You know, kind of keep in contact with
times.
everybody because this is weird.
Yeah. Yeah, just look. There's 4 Twitch channels represented here. Follow us all and ignore the notifications if you want. But
Everybody.
yeah, that way you can always find something to entertain yourself
Always
with.
be entertained.
And we always have friends in our channels to chat with when we're playing.
Yes, we do.
Exactly. Because we're all friends and we all need to lift each other up. And that's
right.
But, and what do I think of 12th Night? Like,
Yes.
seriously, everybody, just hook up. Just get it done. Get it over with. Sebastian, go listen to your My Chemical Romance CDs and deal with it. You know? Maria, like, seriously, come on, lady. You're just being rude for no reason.
Oh, she's the best.
She's awesome, but yeah. Malvolio, dude, download Tinder. Download Grindr, whatever you need. Just yeah, what was that, Eugenio? You don't want him.
Whatever. Well, no, somebody will.
Get him, just deal with it. Just deal with it. You're already wearing mustard yellow garters. You're halfway there, friend. Just go full on. Just get it done.
You might be also give up the Puritan thing. I don't think it's serving you well. But as for me, hi, I'm Deirdre. This is my channel. We are doing classics on Twitch, presentations of classical dramas, Shakespeare and classical Greek, and other things are coming up. Tomorrow, back here at 11 a.m., we are doing, tomorrow's Thursday, right? Thursday we're going to do Sophocles' Antigone. And then Friday, we are doing Shakespeare's Richard III. Next week, we are going to do Tuesday, Jean Racine's Phaedra, which is a classical myth interpreted by a 17th century Frenchman. That'll be entertaining.
And I haven't read Phaedra in years. That's fun.
Yeah, Strike. I'm thinking about Lysistrata, but there are some things, and I need to have a very set cast for Lysistrata, because Lysistrata.
There's some shit.
You need to have the right people for that. And then Tuesday is Phaedra, and then we're going to do a trilogy of Roman history as interpreted by William Shakespeare, starting with Coriolanus, then Julius Caesar, and ending on Friday with Antony and Cleopatra. So, feel free to follow, make sure you're paying attention. These are things that we're doing, and we're doing these, as people have mentioned, we're doing these cold. This is all live. We are maybe have read the plays a couple times in our past and know the stories and having fun with it, because this is about having fun. Yes, all the good times are coming. All the good times are coming. But you can also find me Wednesday, or tonight, on Tales from the Grim, as we play some Witcher, Family of Wraiths, which is the sister show to Simon's production of Witcher. And things are complicated. The party is only split into 3 pieces, and there may be one individual who's alone with 2 guys with swords. It's stressful. There's stress happening. And then I'll be back on Simon's channel Saturday as I run some Vampire Nightfall. But check my Twitter, because I always post where I'm going to be, and if you check the panels on below, you will also see the link to the games that I write. But we thank you all for coming. We thank you all for hanging out with us. We look forward to presenting you more of these in the future. But
I apologize for my dog's lack of professionalism.
Your dog is the cutest. That's why he has his own command on my channel. I'm gonna say it.
He's
But-
Snuggle Boy.
He is indeed. He is indeed. And then, but we hope to see you. And until next time, have fun, everyone.